Chapter 160. Ling Ying looked at Lin Xian and saw that he was really serious. Big brother, are you serious? What big brother? Call me hubby. Ling Ying's pretty face turned slightly red, and then her bare foot stomped on Lin Xian's foot. I'm serious. I don't really understand you, but it's fine as long as you have your own way of thinking. But, if you want to fight for this spot, the difficulty is unimaginable. I have a rough idea. Maybe it's just my doing, ha ha ha. Ling Ying rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. If Lin Xian had his own way of thinking, what she couldn't understand, in Ling Ying's opinion, Lin Xian must have his own reasons. After all, Ling Ying didn't think that Lin Xian was a fool. I'm done eating. Ling Ying wiped her hands. What time is it now? Lin Xian asked. Ling Ying looked at her phone and said, 7:30. There's still an hour and a half before the hotel you mentioned. Then there's something very important to do now. Lin Xian wiped his hands and said, What? In the next second, Lin Xian picked up Ling Ying. Hee, what did you say? Let me go. Ling Ying, who was in Lin Xian's arms, punched him with all her might. You bastard. Ling Ying looked at Lin Xian with a face full of shame and anger. This Lin Xian doesn't know how to control himself. The most infuriating thing was that he made her lie on the glass wall and look at the ant-like crowd below before doing that kind of thing. Damn it. Yeah, I'm a bastard. So. Lin Xian grinned. Ling Ying was truly helpless. Sometimes, this Lin Xian was quite mature, but at other times, he was especially childish. It was the kind that you had to pamper him and do whatever he wanted. If you didn't, he wouldn't be happy. Ling Ying really had no other way. Since she had chosen to be Lin Xian's girlfriend, she could only accept it. But, even though she was unhappy, she actually felt that she could still accept it. It was still acceptable for the time being. After all, if there was a first time, there would be a second time. After that, she became even more open-minded. In the past, she had never thought that she liked Lin Xian. Even after returning from the wilderness with him, she didn't think that she liked him. However, 2 days ago, after Lin Xian came to her house to confirm their relationship, Ling Ying inexplicably felt that she actually liked him. He really didn't understand. Get off me. It's already 8:30. Ling Ying glared at Lin Xian and said, Can you not be like this in the future? No. Lin Xian. Then can you bring a condom? Ling Ying was almost begging. No, it doesn't feel good. Ling Ying. Then do you know that taking medicine every day isn't good for your body? Lin Xian then said, You're a warrior and your realm is close to the mysterious heaven realm. You shouldn't be worried about your body, right? Scram. Scumbag. Ling Ying couldn't help but curse. Ding, detected scumbag behavior. Scumbag value plus 500,000. Hee, I like that name. Lin Xian grinned. Pay. I'm up. I'm going to change. Can you walk? Lin Xian asked. Che. How strong do you think you are? Ling Ying laughed in disdain and walked away. Ha ha ha, hearing Ling Ying's words, Lin Xian couldn't help but laugh. I'm not strong? At first, Lin Xian didn't know if she was strong or not. But this girl had already begged for mercy. How could she not be strong? Ling Ying changed into a casual outfit and walked out of the room. When it came to fighting, Ling Ying still liked to wear looser clothes. My wife is so beautiful. Lin Xian looked at Ling Ying and couldn't help but praise. She didn't have any makeup on. Sure enough, those with good looks were confident enough. She didn't need any makeup at all. This was a true beauty. Who's your wife? Don't talk nonsense. Ling Ying gritted her teeth. But when she heard Lin Xian's praise, she was still very happy. Hee, let's go. Do you want me to carry you? Sure. Come. Then Ling Ying jumped onto Lin Xian's back and the two of them walked out. Don't move your hands. Ling Ying was helpless. Pervert. Put me down. Lin Xian didn't put Ling Ying down until they were out of the building. Go away, I hate you so much. Pervert. Pervert. Ling Ying's face was red as she rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. She was still angry, so she stepped on Lin Xian's foot. Lin Xian. Hey! When did you learn to step on other people's feet? You were never like this before. Lin Xian glanced at Ling Ying. Ling Ying snorted and said, I like it. Why do you care? Ling Ying didn't have any other way to deal with Lin Xian. She was Lin Xian's girlfriend now. How could she treat Lin Xian as fiercely as before? She also wanted to. Sometimes, Lin Xian was simply too much of a bully, but she was too embarrassed to use violence. It was probably because she had become Lin Xian's girlfriend, right? Inexplicably, she had a little girly side to her. This was something that Ling Ying had never thought about before. She had thought about what it would be like if she had a boyfriend in the future. She would be served by her boyfriend in all kinds of ways. Her boyfriend would cook for her boyfriend would wash her feet, her boyfriend would coax her, and only when she was happy could they have sex. If she wasn't, she would kick him away. If she told him to go shopping, he would go shopping. If she bought him clothes, he would wear them. In short, it was women's rights. Ling Ying was the boss. Her boyfriend had to pamper her, protect her, and spoil her no matter what. But now, F***ck, it was the complete opposite of what she had imagined, okay? She had to serve Lin Xian. When Lin Xian was unhappy, he would push her down. When he was happy, he would push her down. She had to dress Lin Xian and cook for him. She was so outstanding. It wasn't that she was too aloof. She still had a certain understanding of herself. Her looks, temperament, family background, and so on were all excellent. But now, she was being bullied by Lin Xian to this extent. The key point was that she couldn't even get angry. Can't I control you? Lin Xian smiled at Ling Ying. No. Thank you. Fine, just you wait. Lin Xian said ruthlessly. Ling Ying's delicate body trembled slightly. This Lin Xian couldn't be going to. She was really scared. She was convinced. Don't, you can control me, okay? Ling Ying actually acted coquettishly. I like it. To be able to make this kind of girl act coquettishly, Lin Xian felt that he was amazing. Ling Ying felt wronged. Who did she offend? Lin Xian extended his arm to Ling Ying. Ling Ying hesitated for a moment. Then, Ling Ying held Lin Xian's arm. That's more like it. Get lost. Don't make me angry. Ling Ying was unhappy again. She was being controlled by Lin Xian. Ha ha ha, hearing Ling Ying's words, Lin Xian was happy. He felt that if Ling Ying was unhappy, he, Lin Xian, was especially happy. Was this a problem? Little Ying, going to school. An auntie walking her dog saw them. Ling Ying smiled faintly and nodded. Good morning, Auntie Wu. Going to school. Auntie Wu looked at Lin Xian and smiled. Is this your boyfriend? We've been neighbors for 2 years. Finally, you have a boyfriend. Chapter 161. Ling Ying blushed slightly. Due to her beautiful appearance, she received a lot of attention. At the same time, Ling Ying would also help her out, so she had a good relationship with her neighbors. Many people even wanted to introduce their sons to Ling Ying as her boyfriend. Mother Wu had also done that, but she had no choice. How could Ling Ying agree? However, she was still surprised when she saw Lin Xian. If he could catch Ling Ying's attention, he should be different, right? Yes, he's my boyfriend, Ling Ying said softly. I can see that. Come to Mother Wu's house for a meal when you're free, young man, Mother Wu said to Lin Xian with a smile. Okay, thank you, Mother Wu. This was just a small interlude. They soon left. I thought you wouldn't tell outsiders that I'm your boyfriend, Lin Xian said to Ling Ying with a smile. Tisk, it's the truth after all. Moreover, it was seen. I just didn't want to tell those people from the Sky Marshal Court. It would cause a lot of trouble. It's so annoying. Oh, you're not saying that I'm weak now? Lin Xian smirked. Ling Ying, go to hell. Ling Ying then swept his leg over. Lin Xian easily dodged it. They hailed a cab and arrived at the Bounty Hunter Guild. They could already see the members of the Gale mercenaries outside. Brother Xian. Lin Xian. Chu Meng and Wang Ba saw Lin Xian and immediately walked over happily. They gave him a bear hug. Miao Xiaomiao walked over to Lin Xian and handed Lin Xian a badge. She said, "This is the badge for registration. Don't lose it. You can use this to get your reward when you come back. Here's your ID. You look so ugly on your ID." Lin Xian, show me your ID if you have the guts. I'm a natural beauty, so of course I'm devastatingly beautiful on my identity card. Miao Xiaomiao said proudly, but she refused to let Lin Xian see. Lin Xian, this is? Wang Ba looked at Ling Ying. At first glance, he was deeply defeated by her appearance. When Chu Meng, Wang Xian, and Zhang Bin, who were of the same age, saw a beauty of this level, it was needless to say, "Oh, Ling Ying, my friend. She's also going to the demonic beast domain, so she's going with everyone," Lin Xian said. When introducing Ling Ying, Lin Xian hesitated for a moment. Should he say girlfriend? In the end, he chose not to say anything. Ling Ying wasn't a weak girl, nor was she shy with strangers. Since they were Lin Xian's friends, she naturally introduced them to each other and got to know them. Miao Xiaomiao looked at Ling Ying a few more times. She was really, really beautiful. She was definitely one of the prettiest girls she had ever seen. An inexplicable sense of hostility arose. It was a subtle feeling that came from the feelings between girls. Suddenly, Miao Xiaomiao remembered that Lin Xian said he was going to bang girls. Could it be this girl? No way, no way. She was so beautiful and had such a good temperament. On the other hand, Lin Xian was just a loser. How could it be? Miao Xiaomiao was comforting herself. She didn't understand why she had such a feeling. Maybe she didn't realize it herself? Ding. Sense jealousy from Miao Xiaomiao. Scumbag value plus 20,000. Jealousy? Lin Xian heard the notification and couldn't help but laugh in his heart. Little girl. She even learned how to be jealous. She was jealous of Ling Ying. Then it must be because of him? And she was proud. The system had perfectly displayed all her emotions to Lin Xian. Lin Xian probably knew what she was thinking even better than Miao Xiaomiao. Then, Ling Ying and Miao Xiaomiao looked at each other. "Hello big sister Ling Ying, I'm Miao Xiaomiao." Miao Xiaomiao said obediently, "Hello, you're very pretty. You'll definitely be a very pretty girl when you grow up." Ling Ying smiled. "Big sister is also very pretty." Miao Xiaomiao said, "Lin Xian, was this how girls chatted? Something's not right. Something's not right." Alright. You're both pretty. Alright. It's getting late. We have to hurry," Lin Xian said. "You also know that it's getting late?" Miao Xiaomiao rolled her eyes at Lin Xian and said, "You almost came on time." Cough cough. "Isn't this every night? You said 9 and it's only 8:30. There's still half an hour to go. Why did I come on time?" Humph. Miao Xiaomiao snorted and didn't say anything. Ling Ying blushed slightly and turned her face away. They came at this time because that bastard Lin Xian did something bad again. Otherwise, they would have come long ago. Each of them carried a bag with some necessities, including gene medicine. There were basically two types of gene medicine: healing and spiritual energy value. The effect could only be said to be okay, but Lin Xian had never used it before. To be precise, he didn't have much battle experience, so he had never considered this point. Ling Ying also brought one, but hers was in her interspatial ring. Ling Ying had a ring on her hand, which was a spatial ring. In reality, it was equivalent to a spatial storage-type spirit tool. However, it was very rare and couldn't be bought. Basically, only warriors with status and background could get one. Lin Xian really wanted one. However, Lin Xian found that Miao Xiao Miao also had a ring. Although he hadn't seen her take anything out of it, such a young girl couldn't possibly be wearing a ring, right? It was probably a spatial spirit tool too. Then, they got in the car and drove out of Tianhua City. Along the way, they saw a lot of people heading in the same direction outside Tianhua City. They probably had the same goal as them. After all, there were more than 50,000 people on this expedition. Naturally, many people in Tianhua City were a part of it. I'll go. When they arrived at Tianhua City's barrier, Lin Xian saw that the open space outside was densely packed with people. At a glance, he could tell that they were divided into a few echelons. The members of the Holy Temple, the Judgment Union, and the Bounty Hunter Guild were very orderly, standing upright like soldiers. On the other side were temporary soldiers like Lin Xian and the others. At a glance, there were no less than 20,000 people. They were being checked one by one, similar to ticket checking. After all, if you registered, they wanted to know whether you were going or not. Otherwise, who could accept the bounty if they didn't register? There are so many people. Lin Xian couldn't help but mutter. Ha ha ha, we'll be safer with more people, right? Wang Ba laughed. Lin Xian smiled and nodded. That's true. Then, they went to the back to line up together. Please show me your identification badge. Lin Xian took out his identification badge, and the staff scanned it. Identification confirmed. Warrior Lin Xian. Go over. Go over and line up. The identity check was probably done directly and stored in a system. Anyway, there wouldn't be any mistakes or omissions. After all, they were registered according to their identification. Chapter 162. Around 9:30, most of the people who came up had finished their inspection. They were divided into many groups, each group having no less than 1,000 people, and each group was led by a very strong expert. Ling Ying? Are you here too? Qin Xiaotian seemed to be looking for them, and then stood together with them. When he saw Ling Ying, he revealed a surprised expression. This was going to be difficult. If Lin Xian and Ling Ying stayed together, then it would be even harder for him to find an opportunity to make a move. This was bad news. Qin Xiaotian? Ling Ying was also surprised when she saw Qin Xiaotian. However, after thinking about it, it made sense. Although he had just returned, Linfeng City was a good opportunity for them to farm monsters. At the same time, it was relatively safe. It was possible for him to go there. However, Ling Ying knew that there might be some kind of hostile relationship between Qin Xiaotian and Lin Xian, so she couldn't help but think more when she saw Qin Xiaotian at such an opportunity. Everyone who went to the beast domain had to pay more attention and be careful. This should be a habit that every martial artist had to develop. Not only did they have to pay attention to the beasts, but they also had to pay attention to the people. In the beast domain, it was a place where the three major forces couldn't reach. The martial artists here could do whatever they wanted. You could casually kill other martial artists to gain experience and level up, even if you weren't from the Evil Fiend Temple. Therefore, the people outside were very bold and would also kill people. Therefore, there were even people who invited their enemies to the beast domain or secretly followed them to the beast domain to make a move. This was actually very common. Therefore, Ling Ying would pay more attention. The main thing was that she roughly knew that Lin Xian and Qin Xiaotian didn't get along. Qin Xiaotian smiled. What? Are you surprised to see me? No, I just felt that you just came back and went out, so you were quite busy. Qin Xiaotian smiled. As a martial artist, it's a bit tiring, so what if I'm busy? What's more, this is for us humans. As a martial artist, I naturally have to take responsibility. This is my purpose of living and strengthening myself. Everything is for the world. Isn't that what everyone thinks? Sorry, I'm really not. Ling Ying slapped himself in the face at the speed of light, and then said, I'm just here to mess around. I'm following these experts to see if I can kill a few high-level demon beasts. As for the humans, that's secondary. Lin Xian loved Ling Ying to death. It's not good for a woman to be too smart, but being smart has its benefits. Now, seeing Qin Xiaotian's awkward expression, Lin Xian sneered in his heart. That's right. We're all here to make a living. We can't compare to young Master Qin who cares about the world, Lin Xian said. They were indeed here to mess around. As for the sake of humanity, they also had this thought, but it was definitely the former. Among these 50,000 people, there were probably less than 100 who were truly fighting for the world. 99% of the 10,000 members of the three factions had the same thought as Lin Xian and the others. There were also orders from the factions, but ultimately, they were mostly selfish and for their own benefit. There were indeed people who truly cared about the world, but they were few and far between. Those people were people that Lin Xian admired greatly. But Qin Xiaotian was strong for the sake of the world? Lin Xian chuckled. What the F***ck are you talking about? In order to make some money and gain some experience from killing demonic beasts, I brought everyone here. After hearing Big Brother young Master Qin's words, I'm really embarrassed. I actually didn't think of the world at all. Miao Xiao Miao said with an embarrassed expression. But how could Lin Xian not know that she was actually helping him? This Miao Xiao Miao was very smart. This girl was not bad. She was promising. Qin Xiaotian's face stiffened, then he smiled and said, That's true. My wish is to join the upper echelons of the three factions and have real power. That way I can do more for the continent. Qin Xiaotian couldn't go back on his words and say that he was also here to make a living. He had already said that he was doing it for the sake of the world. If he changed his words, he would be looked down upon by others. He could only brace himself and say that. What made him unhappy was that these people all said that they were here to make a living, but he was the only one who felt that he was doing it for the sake of the world. That's right, he was indeed fake. But he felt that others would also think that he was fake and hypocritical. Thus, Qin Xiaotian was filled with hatred. What could he do? He could only brace himself and say it. I'll go find my friends first. We're a team of 1,000 people. Although we have a lot of people, it's still very dangerous. So, when the time comes, everyone should take care of each other. With that, Qin Xiaotian left with a dark face. He had no choice but to leave. How could he stay here and embarrass himself? This person is very hypocritical. Miao Xiao Miao said as she took out a piece of chocolate from her pocket and peeled it. Xiao Miao, why do you say that? Ling Ying also peeled a lollipop and asked Miao Xiao Miao curiously. In the next second, the lollipop that had just been peeled was snatched away by Lin Xian and put into his mouth. Ling Ying glared at Lin Xian fiercely and stepped on his foot. He had no choice but to take another one. It's very simple. People are all selfish. How many people in this world are truly chivalrous and caring for the world? Of course, there are many who don't wish for planet Aqua Blue to become the territory of the demonic beasts. However, there are far too few who truly care about the world. That's why I don't believe what he said. Miao Xiao Miao said with a serious expression. Lin Xian smiled and asked, Then what if he's one of those very few people who truly care about the world's safety? Impossible. This young lady is quite good at judging people. He's indeed very handsome, very bright, and has a very positive vibe. But although he's smiling when he's talking, his eyes inadvertently look to the side. That's a sign of guilt. Miao Xiao Miao said solemnly. Lin Xian smiled. Of course he knew what kind of person Qin Xiaotian was. Ah! You don't believe me. Seeing Lin Xian smile, Miao Xiao Miao went crazy. She even spoke up for Lin Xian, but this Lin Xian actually didn't believe her. F***ck. I smiled because I don't believe you? I believe you. Lin Xian said dumbfoundedly. You better be speaking from the bottom of your heart. Otherwise, this young lady won't stand on your side even in front of outsiders. Miao Xiao Miao snorted proudly. Aren't you able to read people's minds? Then why don't you know if I was speaking from the bottom of my heart just now? Nonsense, if this young lady could really read other people's minds, I wouldn't be here. It's just that I've learned some things before. Miao Xiao Miao was quite confident in her knowledge. She was too smart and had a photographic memory. All right, there's someone in front. Lin Xian didn't want to talk about this with her. The most important thing now was still Linfeng City. At the front, a burly man in armor walked in front of everyone with an imposing aura. Everyone, please be quiet. Chapter 163. Lin Xian asked Ling Ying. The one wearing the armor should be from the Divine Palace, right? Ling Ying nodded. Yes, the Divine Palace is wearing this kind of armor. It's made of special materials and is considered a spiritual artifact. It can withstand part of the power. This is what the regular army of the three major forces will be equipped with. The higher your strength and military rank, the stronger the armor you can wear. Lin Xian nodded secretly. It was actually equivalent to the People's Liberation Army's uniform on Earth. It was also equivalent to the armor used by ancient soldiers. The only difference was that this armor was a spiritual artifact, which meant that it was not an ordinary item. Lin Xian glanced at the main army of the three major forces. They were all equipped with this kind of armor, but unlike the man in front of him, theirs were relatively simple. Then, he looked through the crowd at the expert from the Divine Palace. The difference was quite big. Looking at the three major forces, each of them had a few thousand people. They were really well trained and stood in standard positions, motionless. On the other hand, the tens of thousands of people looked like they were going for a vacation. But that was normal. After all, they were all gathered together. No one dared to be presumptuous here. It was like a class where the teacher came in and told the students not to speak. No one dared to speak. The tens of thousands of people quieted down. The man glanced at the people below, then said in a dignified voice, "Everyone, my name is Qin Feng. I'm the highest leader of the Divine Palace in Tianhua City's border defense area. I believe all of you know about this operation, which is why you are here. This time, you will be the main force of this operation. Go to Linfeng City and eliminate all the monsters there. You will also be escorting the Annihilation. The Annihilation is a powerful nuclear bomb. Unlike ordinary nuclear bombs, the Annihilation will not leave behind any radiation. Its purpose is only to eliminate a large number of monsters." Normal voices could not travel so far, but he was very strong. He used his spiritual power to spread his voice so that everyone could hear him. Qin Feng paused for a moment before continuing. The heavenly annihilation is mostly escorted by our three forces. Everyone will be led by our experts in groups of 1,000 to clear out the demonic beasts in the periphery of Linfeng City. This is also an opportunity for all of you. Before this, I only have one request. Listen to my orders. I don't want any unnecessary sacrifices. Even if you're not a member of the three major forces, it's most important to listen to your leader's orders, whether it's for everyone or your own lives. Those who disobey orders and sacrifice themselves are not honorable. Instead, they are burdens and may even harm more people. Therefore, each of you has the right to kill those who disobey orders." Hearing Qin Feng's words, everyone could no longer remain calm. Since the other party had said so, they definitely wouldn't dare to disobey the command. Once they disobeyed orders, they would be killed without mercy. Killing people required experience, so it was impossible for them to survive at that time. Anyone who had killed someone before would definitely fight to kill you. Not for anything else, but for the experience. Alright, now that the leaders of each team are in position and familiarize themselves with everyone, we will set off in 10 minutes. Then, a few experts from the three major forces walked out and stood at the front of each group. They would be the leaders of each team. Lin Xian saw a man in front of him. Then, he used his spiritual energy and said, "Hello everyone, I'm Wang Jichao from the Enforcement Union. For this trip, you can call me Team Leader. The next mission is estimated to end at noon tomorrow. We and the other two teams will be clearing the two counties in Linqing County and Chong'an County. The estimated time is 24 hours. Time is tight, so I will lead 100 experts from the Enforcement Union to join our team." Wang Jichao. It's him. When the Enforcement Union came to the Sky Marshal Court to recruit him, Wang Jichao was one of them. However, he was relatively invisible at that time, so Lin Xian didn't pay much attention to him. Wang Jichao continued, "For this trip, 1,001 people from the Enforcement Union will be working together. The 101 people from the Enforcement Union will be the main force of the battle. The lowest cultivation level of each of you is 1 star of the Spirit Focus realm. You will be responsible for killing demonic beasts within your realm. However, listen to my orders. Listen to my orders. Do you understand?" "Roger." "Good. Now, you can chat. Follow the team and set off in 8 minutes. Lin Xian frowned slightly. "I thought there would be tens of thousands of people in this mission, but they are all separated. In this case, the danger level will increase exponentially." Ling Ying said, "Fortunately, it's a team of 1,000 people. The lowest cultivation level of the leader is at least 7 stars of the Thunder Tribulation Realm. 7 stars of the Thunder Tribulation Realm is enough. The most dangerous place is the city. Linqing County and Chong'an County are at the border. Didn't you say there are cultivators in the Law Realm and even the Domain Realm? They have to escort the Heavenly Annihilation into the center of Linfeng City to detonate it. It's extremely dangerous there, so we need them. Since they didn't dare to release it remotely, they could only escort the nuclear bomb to detonate it. The purpose of this was to greatly reduce the time needed to annihilate the demonic beasts. Otherwise, wouldn't it take 10 days to half a month for 50,000 people to clear out the demonic beasts in a city? What they needed to do was to clear out the border counties. If the bomb couldn't reach them, they would detonate it in the center. The power of the nuclear bomb wasn't too great, so they didn't dare to escort a nuclear bomb that was too powerful. Otherwise, if there was a deviation, the price would be unimaginable. Their method was to escort the nuclear bomb to the center and kill the powerful demonic beasts at the same time. Then, they would use a special barrier to protect the nuclear bomb. If the powerful demonic beasts were killed, no demonic beasts would be able to destroy the barrier. The nuclear bomb's power would only be able to destroy a quarter of the barrier when detonated from the center. The rest would be the task of each team. Actually, it was simpler to get a few nuclear bombs and clear out the entire Linfeng City. This was the simplest method. There was no need for tens of thousands of people to come. However, the more people there were, the more uncontrollable factors there would be. Moreover, according to the country's intention, this was precisely a chance for ordinary martial artists to fight with the army and strengthen themselves on a large scale. Increasing the strength of each person was equivalent to increasing the strength of the human race. Because the people who killed you with the nuclear bomb didn't gain any experience points. They had to be killed. There was no choice. Many people were willing to become members of the 3 forces, but there were very few people who were willing to face danger without fear of death. After all, the greatest combat power of the human race was the entire population. It wasn't just relying on the members of the 3 forces. Therefore, if they succeeded this time, the 5 great empires would use this method in the future. The 3 forces would lead countless people to go out and kill demonic beasts to increase their cultivation. This way, they would only need time to raise the standard of the human martial artists by a level. If they didn't do this, how many people would dare to come to such a distant place to kill stronger demonic beasts? Very, very few. That way, their cultivation would be too slow. If we encounter a demonic beast that our team leader can't deal with and something happens to him, wouldn't the thousands of us be nothing more than ants? Lin Xian frowned and said. Chapter 164. At first, Lin Xian thought that even if they were to split into batches, they would at least need someone in the Law Realm to lead the team. But if it was only the 7 stars Thunder Tribulation Realm and above and not the Law Realm, Lin Xian felt that it was not enough. Because a Thunder Tribulation Realm demonic beast had appeared 3 kilometers outside Tianhua City. Ling Ying then said, "Actually, normally, even those in the Arcane Body Realm can go to that place. Even you can go there normally. When we go out to train, we have to travel more than 100 kilometers. To be honest, there aren't that many strong demonic beasts, so it's quite difficult to encounter one. Normally, a Thunder Tribulation Realm demonic beast is enough." Miao Xiao Miao nodded and said, "That's true. A Thunder Tribulation Realm demonic beast is enough. Moreover, with their methods, even if they encounter something they can't defeat, they should be able to escape or ask for reinforcements in an instant. Otherwise, they won't be able to answer to the world. Sigh, I just feel uneasy. After what happened outside the Tianhua Academy, I can't help but feel that the monstrous beast domain is very dangerous. No, to be precise, I have a feeling that the monstrous beasts at this stage are very special. I feel that it's different from what you said and what I've seen before. Sigh, I hope I'm thinking too much. Lin Xian said with a sigh. He was also clear that with a Thunder Tribulation Realm demonic beast leading a team of 1,000, and with 100 experts from the Judgment Union accompanying them, it was indeed quite safe. As for escape and reinforcements, it was simple. Spatial power was enough. Spatial power could be easily achieved by using some kind of spatial spiritual tool or crystal. Lin Xian felt that it was definitely possible. If they could not ensure the safety of everyone and made a mistake, then it would be even more impossible for the entire population to advance in strength in the future. This was not what the country wanted to see. The country wanted to use this success to reassure the world so that they could continue to carry out such activities on a large scale in the future. It could increase the strength of the entire population and take the opportunity to eliminate large numbers of demonic beasts. Wouldn't that be perfect? Therefore, the country would definitely spend a large amount of resources to ensure everyone's safety. This was the foundation. The foundation of whether or not they could continue with this plan. As for Lin Xian, to be honest, he felt that he might be worrying too much. After all, the world and even the three major powers were not worried. What was he worried about? It was only because he had experienced it personally that he was worried. Moreover, he had no means of escape now. Time, space, and even darkness were all gone. But since it was already like this, he could only go along with it. He could only hope that something with a very small probability wouldn't happen. There was a chance of encountering a powerful demonic beast, but those that surpassed the Thunder Tribulation Realm were actually not too big in this range. The chances were very small. If he had the spatial ability, it would be possible for him to escape. Qin Xiaotian was at the front of the group and didn't come over. 8 minutes later, Wang Jichao arrived in front of them with 100 people, and so did the other teams. Everyone, let's head to Chong'an County now. Hopefully, we can clear Chong'an County before midnight. Wang Jichao said. Where do we go? Lin Xian looked surprised. Yes. Ling Ying pointed into the distance. Lin Xian looked over. I'll go. This was definitely Lin Xian's first time seeing such a vehicle. It was similar to a train. There were many of them, and each of them was dozens of meters long. Just by looking at the outside, one could feel that they were very hard. The only difference was that they didn't have wheels. Instead, they had the caterpillar tracks of a tank. Country bumpkin. You don't even know this. Ling Ying took the lollipop out of his mouth and taunted Lin Xian. She felt that she had been bullied by Lin Xian too much. She felt very good when she taunted Lin Xian. Damn! How many times have I been to the demonic beast domain? I'm a country bumpkin just because I haven't seen this kind of train? Lin Xian glared at Ling Ying. Miao Xiao Miao began to explain to Lin Xian, this is called the assault chariot. Each one can carry 1,000 people. It's a specially built chariot. It's a vehicle for large-scale battles. Other than having extremely high defense, it's not too slow either. At the same time, it also has the ability to attack. In short, it's very, very strong. The cost of building each chariot is very high. The resources required to operate it are also very high. To have such a vehicle for us to use, the three big forces. No, the country is already giving us a lot of face. Xiao Miao, you're still young, but you know a lot. Ling Ying became interested in Miao Xiao Miao. Sister Ying, our sister Miao is a genius. Chu Meng smiled. I can see that Lin Xian can't compare to her. Miao Xiao Miao was very pleased with Ling Ying's words. As long as Lin Xian was compared to her, she would feel good. I'll give you a chance to change your words. Lin Xian looked at Ling Ying and snorted. Ling Ying didn't want to back down at first. However, when she saw Lin Xian's eyes, she understood the hidden meaning behind Lin Xian's threat. Bastard! Stinking hooligan! Bastard! Ling Ying had already cursed Lin Xian countless times in her heart. When she thought about how Lin Xian pressed her down on the sofa and bullied her, she was embarrassed, angry, and unhappy. But she had no choice. Who asked her to be the one begging for mercy every time? Ling Ying even suspected that Lin Xian had secretly taken drugs every time. Otherwise, why was he so fierce? Ling Ying had asked this question before, but after she asked it, she didn't want to think about it anymore. She wanted to cry. Cough cough. But actually, Lin Xian knows a lot. Ling Ying added helplessly. Lin Xian smiled. This girl was afraid of him. That's more like it. Miao Xiao Miao was surprised. Why did she feel that Ling Ying was afraid of Lin Xian? How should she describe that fear? It wasn't a normal fear. It was hard to describe. That feeling was indescribable. It was as if it wasn't a bad kind of fear. But why would Ling Ying show such emotions to Lin Xian? Something was wrong. Something was very wrong. Although Miao Xiao Miao didn't know Ling Ying, she could tell that Ling Ying's appearance and aura meant that she wasn't an ordinary person. She wasn't an ordinary martial artist. She had confidence that came from her every movement. She treated everyone like this, but when it came to Lin Xian, Miao Xiao Miao felt that Ling Ying's confidence was gone. That's right, it was gone. She had insulted Lin Xian purely because she wanted to get back at him. It had to be said that Miao Xiao Miao was too smart. This genius girl definitely lived up to her reputation. If Ling Ying or Lin Xian knew what Miao Xiao Miao was thinking, they would definitely be shocked. Because she was completely right. Ling Ying indeed didn't have confidence in Lin Xian because she had been bullied to death by Lin Xian. She had insulted Lin Xian because she wanted to get back at him. The few of them chatted and laughed as they followed the large group in front and entered an assault vehicle. The seats in the assault vehicle were similar to those on a plane. Seatbelts were also necessary. Other than that, there was nothing special about it. Instead, it was very empty. Because the purpose of the assault vehicle was to transport large numbers of people. Chapter 165. After getting into their seats, the chariot sped towards the direction of Linfeng City, maintaining an average speed of around 90 kilometers per hour. This was already quite an exaggeration. Because the road was no longer maintained, it was full of potholes. Furthermore, the chariot had tracks instead of wheels. Under such circumstances, it was already very impressive to be able to reach a speed of 90 kilometers per hour. However, it was a little shaky. The others were so nervous that they were about to die. Lin Xian and the rest were still leisurely playing mobile games. Along the way, they could see many demonic beasts in various positions. However, these demonic beasts usually did not dare to move. Furthermore, the chariot was quite fast, so there was nothing they could do. Half an hour later, a commotion broke out in the chariot. Everyone was pointing at the chariot outside the window. F***CK. What kind of demonic beast is that? It's so fast, it's actually chasing after us. I'm so unhappy, I really want to go down and kill it. Lin Xian also looked over, just in time to see the demonic beast. This was a leopard-type demonic beast. Its entire body was golden in color. At this moment, it was continuously chasing after the chariot. From the looks of it, it would be very easy for it to overtake the chariot. After all, this type of demonic beast was extremely fast. Ordinary leopards could reach a speed of over 100 kilometers per hour at full speed. As for demonic beasts, they were naturally even faster. Wind-chasing leopard. It's a speed-type demonic beast. Based on its body length and color, it should be at the high level of Xian body realm. Ling Ying's voice rang out beside Lin Xian. Why is it chasing after us? Does it still want to attack us? Lin Xian said helplessly. Just as he finished speaking, he saw that the wind-chasing leopard was gathering energy in front of it as it ran. A golden ball of light was quickly condensed and blasted over. In that instant, everyone who saw it was terrified. If the assault chariot was hit by such a force, wouldn't it overturn? However, just as the force was about to hit the car, Lin Xian saw a light appear outside the car. It was like a defensive barrier that completely blocked the force. The car did not seem to be affected at all. They did not even feel the impact of the attack. They only felt the car shake as it drove. A second later, Lin Xian was even more surprised. The force released by the wind-chasing leopard seemed to have been absorbed by the barrier. Then, a golden laser shot out and hit the pursuing wind-chasing leopard, sending it flying. It wasn't clear if he was dead or alive. However, Lin Xian was already very surprised by this scene. This assault chariot was quite powerful. No wonder it was built with a lot of resources. This was just a small interlude on the road. 2 hours later, their car stopped. "Everyone, we've arrived at Chong'an County. Let's get off here." Wang Jichao's voice was heard through the loudspeaker. Then, everyone got off the assault tank. The place they were standing on was overgrown with weeds, and traces of human life could be seen clearly. After all, this place had only been occupied for less than 3 years. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. Figures rushed out in all directions. As there were some demonic beasts around, they were not strong. The people from the enforcement union quickly cleared the area. Lin Xian looked ahead. Chong'an County was in front. Chong'an County was at the edge of Linfeng City. It was quite big. Therefore, other than their car, there was another car that stopped in Chong'an County. Linfeng County was not big, so it was settled by a team alone. The nearest bus stop was a bus stop sign with Chong'an County written on it. However, it was heavily embroidered. Looking further, there were bungalows. Even further away, there were tall buildings with dozens of floors. They could not see clearly, but the tall buildings were probably covered in moss. In short, these bungalows were covered in moss and vines. Lin Xian had seen Resident Evil before. That kind of world was barren. Actually, in a certain aspect, the current situation was similar to Resident Evil. The only difference was that the world was not barren. Instead, it was more lush and green. Wild grass grew. Without the restraint of humans, it grew densely and messily. The trees were also taller. At a glance, everything was green. Even the city was green. It had not been 3 years. Normally, demonic beasts would not destroy buildings for no reason. If the buildings fell, they would be in danger. Therefore, if these buildings were not destroyed when the demonic beasts attacked the city, they were still in good condition. If they were moved back and cleaned, they would definitely be habitable. This was the situation after more than 2 years. If it was longer, these buildings would basically be uninhabitable. They would be abandoned after more than 5 years. Over 100 kilometers away, most of the demonic beasts are in the Qi building realm and spirit focus realm. After all, this is the largest number of demonic beasts. There are not many arcane body realm demonic beasts. No wonder they are not worried. Actually, if one's luck is not bad to the extreme, they won't encounter any strong demonic beasts. Therefore, there won't be too much danger. Lin Xian muttered. Wang Jichao walked over and said, "Everyone, stand in line. Divide into 4 teams. Hurry together in a long line. Don't wander around. Otherwise, you will lose your life and bear the blame. Do you understand?" "Yes." Then, their team became shorter, but it also became wider. Wang Jichao's gaze fell on Lin Xian. This made him very surprised. Lin Xian participating in this kind of operation was not too surprising. What was surprising was that it just so happened to be in his team. "Lin Xian, your position should be at the back of the team. So, take care of the back," Wang Jichao said to Lin Xian. Everyone looked over and were surprised. That expert actually knew this person. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose and nodded, "Okay." Then, the 100 people moved around them from the beginning to the end. This was also the safest way because no matter where they were, there would be people protecting them. Wang Jichao then said, "After entering the city, there will be a lot of demonic beasts. Most of the demonic beasts will stay in the houses. Because they can shelter from the wind and rain, they will also save the effort of building their own nest. We will divide into 4 teams. I thought about it, the 4 teams will move separately. However, the distance between each team should not exceed 200 meters. With the street as the meeting point, we will clear and check the houses on both sides. 200 meters is equivalent to us having no distance at all. If there is an emergency, I can rush to the battlefield in 3 seconds. Then, Wang Jichao continued, 4 teams. I will assign 25 people to each team. The battle of breaking into the houses will be done by them. What everyone needs to do is to clear the wandering demonic beasts on the streets in an orderly manner. There are quite a lot of them. Breaking into houses was a very dangerous thing. Lin Xian felt that it would be easy for them to clear the demonic beasts on the streets. Do you understand now? Wang Jichao shouted. Understood. Good. Now, everyone follow me into Chong and County. Our battle today will begin. Then, they walked along the small country road into Chong and County. When they walked in and arrived at the main road, the scene in front of them shocked them. Chapter 166. On this road, there were many beasts. Some were lying on both sides of the road, and some were directly lying in the middle of the road, basking in the sun. At first glance, it was really a bit scary. This kind of scene was actually something that not many people present had experienced before. Take Ling Ying for example. When they went out to train, they also tried to avoid entering the city that had already become the territory of the beasts, especially the central area of the city. The number of beasts in the city was not less than the outside world. In terms of density, it was because there were ready-made houses in the city. The beasts could only build simple nests, so they definitely liked these kinds of houses that could shelter them from the wind and rain. Another point was that the beasts that had transformed into human form naturally lived in the houses. After they occupied the houses, they did not need to build them. This was also the reason why the inside of the city was so dangerous. It was because there might be beasts that could transform into human form. And to be able to transform into human form, the beast's realm was extremely high. In fact, it was equivalent to 2 different worlds. One was the living area of humans, the other was the living area of beasts. And since the beasts had transformed into human form, they might live a similar life to humans, drinking coffee, eating fruits, and so on. This should be very normal. Those beasts looked very comfortable. Lin Xian roughly glanced at their levels. In fact, most of them were in the spirit condensation realm. The trashiest chi building realm was also much slower. Of course, there were also arcane body realm beasts. But thinking about it, the powerful beasts should be able to fight for the houses, and the trashiest ones could only fight outside. The other team went to the other side of Chong and County, but they must have internal voice chat to keep in touch with the situation. Feeling the aura of everyone, those comfortable beasts all looked over. There were all kinds of beasts, and some of them even looked very scary. Then, they crawled up and bared their teeth at everyone, revealing fierce expressions. A woo! A fiery red wolf howled, and then a ball of flame was shot over. Whoosh! A member of the magic court rushed over and reached out his hand. A force condensed and directly blocked the flame that was shot over. Wang Jichao looked at everyone and said, "Everyone move in groups and look after each other. Find the beasts that are within your strength to fight. Remember, safety first. Also, don't enter the houses. Move." "Yes." Everyone shouted and rushed forward. Lin Xian's team followed the other members of the Judgment Union and charged towards the right area ahead. One by one, they brandished their spirit weapons and charged forward. Lin Xian held the Dragon Rain sword in his hand. His first target was a 5-star Mystic Body Realm demonic beast. Lin Xian was a 4-star Mystic Body Realm martial artist. Under normal circumstances, a 4-star Mystic Body Realm martial artist would have a 50% chance of winning against a 3-star Mystic Body Realm martial artist. Martial artists of the same level would be at a disadvantage because the physique of the demonic beast was much stronger. Not to mention that the demonic beast's level was even higher. But to Lin Xian, it didn't matter. 1 star higher than him. If Lin Xian couldn't beat him, then he could really go eat shit. Roar. The demonic beasts were also very angry. There was actually a human who dared to intrude into their territory. Terrifying power was released one after another. Iron Armored Rhinoceros. Level. 5-star Mystic Body Realm. Attribute. Earth, Strength. 750, Vitality. 810, Agility. 400, Spirit. 300, a type of demonic beast with extremely strong defense that is not weaker than steel. Its strength is also very strong. Its weakness is not high in agility and it is relatively strong in one-on-one battles. Skill, Iron Armor, condenses spiritual energy in its body, increasing its defense by 100% and releasing sharp thorns to attack. Consumes spiritual energy every second. Battle Intent Roar, a sound wave attack that causes tearing damage to the target it hits. It also has the effect of a spiritual attack. Earth Fissure, uses a powerful force to crush the ground to attack. This was the attribute that Lin Xian's eye of spiritual insight had probed. It had to be said that it was extremely powerful. When Lin Xian understood what kind of skills a demonic beast had, then Lin Xian had already won half of the battle. This eye of spiritual insight seemed to have no offensive ability, but to Lin Xian, it was an unparalleled, bug-like skill. Wasn't this equivalent to knowing yourself and knowing your enemy? Roar. The iron-armored wild rhinoceros also focused its attention on Lin Xian because it felt Lin Xian's aura lock onto it. The figures beside Lin Xian, Ling Ying, Miao Xiao Miao, and the rest all rushed over to attack the target they had locked onto. The others also did the same. Ding! When Lin Xian's sword slashed over, the sound of metal colliding rang out, but the iron-armored wild rhinoceros did not suffer any damage. A powerful aura burst out from its body, but Lin Xian's advantage was in terms of agility. It was basically impossible for the iron-armored wild rhinoceros to hit Lin Xian with pure physical strength. Isn't it too hard? This is indeed, as the description says, heaven-defying defense. His defense is high, and with a layer of armor like outer shell, it's even more perverse. So, Lin Xian searched for places where it did not have the protection of the armor. Tail, throat, head, chest. The chest was basically impossible to hit, but the head and throat, once they were hit, it would be fatal. Lin Xian's eyes sharpened. He casually slashed to the side, and a demonic beast the size of half a man was directly cut in half, dying on the spot. This was a very weak spirit condensation demonic beast, and it still wanted to attack Lin Xian. In such a chaotic battle, it was impossible to achieve a 1v1, but as long as there were not several extremely strong ones, it didn't matter. Lin Xian's demonic beast was in agility, and the iron-armored wild rhinoceros was in defense. In Lin Xian's view, these two types of demonic beasts were the most difficult to deal with. One was the agility type, and the other was the defense type. But in Lin Xian's view, the most difficult was the agility type. A defense-type demonic beast could not have every part of its body be incomparably hard. This was the imperfection of this type of demonic beast. And speed. In the world of martial arts, only speed could not be broken. This sentence was reasonable. Fast speed was really powerful. Whoosh! Lin Xian rushed up again. With his powerful speed, the iron-armored wild rhinoceros was overwhelmed. But Lin Xian could not find an opportunity to attack its weak points. But he was not in a hurry. With a crushing speed, this kind of cumbersome demonic beast did not have any possibility of attacking Lin Xian. It could only release its martial skills. In the next second, Lin Xian saw the iron-armored wild rhinoceros's body faintly show an earthy yellow color. His pupils shrank, and at the same time, he saw spikes appear on the surface of the iron-armored wild rhinoceros's body. Because Lin Xian had a bit of an advantage, he knew what the demonic beast's martial skills were. So when he saw this scene, he knew what was going to happen next. No longer attacking, Lin Xian quickly jumped back, and then shouted, "Everyone, be careful, pay attention to dodge." Whoosh whoosh whoosh. Then, countless earth spikes shot out in all directions. Lin Xian kept retreating, and at the same time, he kept waving his dragon rain sword to knock away the spikes. In this situation, Lin Xian could still guarantee that he would not be attacked. Chapter 167. With Lin Xian's warning, the others all dodged. Some were even smart enough to use their beasts as shields, even using the iron-armored wild rhinoceros to heavily injure the beasts for them. "Are you okay?" Ling Ying had just finished off an arcane body realm beast and instantly rushed to Lin Xian's side to ask. Lin Xian's lips curled up. "A bit hard, but I'm fine." "Okay." After saying that, Ling Ying continued to charge at the other beasts. Lin Xian's eyes narrowed and he rushed up again. He could choose to exchange for a strength attribute. Even if he couldn't break the armor, he could definitely make the beast feel pain. But Lin Xian wasn't willing to do that. It was best to exchange for this attribute in a situation where he had no choice. Otherwise, if he exchanged for it every time he fought, he wouldn't be able to maximize his combat ability. Seeing Lin Xian rush over unscathed, the iron-armored wild rhinoceros's aura erupted again. It stomped its front paw and the ground cracked open. A huge force and cracks rushed towards Lin Xian. Lin Xian's speed didn't decrease. He used instant shadow to increase his speed by 20%. At the same time, the dragon rain sword in his hand began to coil with lightning. "Be careful." Miao Xiaomiao had finished off a 10-star spirit focus realm beast and looked towards Lin Xian. When she saw this scene, she couldn't help but shout. Shouldn't he be dodging? Why is he still rushing up? This wasn't just the ground cracking open. The force that caused the ground to crack open was at the forefront. Is this guy a hothead? But in the next scene, Miao Xiaomiao's mouth opened slightly. She saw that just as Lin Xian was about to collide with the force, he suddenly disappeared and appeared in front of the iron-armored wild rhinoceros. With a roar, he raised his dragon rain sword and slashed towards the iron-armored wild rhinoceros's head. Zizizi, roar. In that instant, the iron-armored wild rhinoceros let out a painful roar. Lin Xian continued to swing. That's right, instant shadow's teleportation had reached a level where the iron-armored wild rhinoceros couldn't react. Coupled with the Thunder Thousand Blaze Slash's powerful amplification effect, it reached the same effect as Lin Xian's. Space attribute, it's really abnormal. I'm impressed by your willfulness. Miao Xiaomiao couldn't help but grumble. Plop, the iron-armored wild rhinoceros's body fell to the ground and kept struggling. Blood flowed from its head. F***CK. Even with my 4-star sword technique and Earth-tier sword technique, I still couldn't cut off its head. I even hit the weakest part of its body without any armor to protect it. This guy is really tough. Lin Xian couldn't help but complain. But even if it was fine, it was almost done for after being hit by such an attack. Roar. The ironclad rhinoceros unconsciously released its battle intent and roared. The sound wave attack caused its head to be charred black. It was probably in so much pain that it couldn't even open its eyes. It roared crazily and attacked its surroundings. They couldn't even see Lin Xian. One by one, the demonic beasts were killed by its attacks. As for the others, some of them had already retreated, because Lin Xian's battle had caused quite a commotion. After all, the demonic beast that Lin Xian had chosen was one of the strongest demonic beasts in this batch. Chi, Lin Xian sneered, then raised the dragon rain sword in his hand. Lightning Thousand Blaze Slash, spirit weapon amplification by 100%. It had the power of lightning and could last for 10 seconds. At the same time, it could condense lightning to slash out once. It was the same as completely releasing this move. Lightning flashed, and Purple Sword Chi formed a crescent shape as it slashed towards the iron-armored wild rhinoceros. As it flew, the ground was split open and the lightning even blasted the ground. Boom! Ding! You've killed the iron-armored wild rhinoceros. Experience plus 6,000. Right now, Lin Xian needed 33,000 experience points to level up to 5 stars. This 5-star arcane body stage beast gave him 6,000 experience points, so he was already very satisfied. This was the reason why Lin Xian had come here. Wasn't this a chance to level up? Actually, many people had seen the scene of Lin Xian using instant shadow. Lin Xian also didn't need to hold back. Because in the outside world, they all knew that there was someone called Lin Xian who had the spatial attribute. So what was Lin Xian holding back? Why didn't he just show it? Only Lin Xian knew that he had used instant shadow, a martial technique. However, others thought that Lin Xian had used the power of space to achieve a short-distance spatial jump. Following that, Lin Xian went to kill the other demonic beasts. There weren't many arcane body realm demonic beasts left. After all, most of them were spirit focus and chi building realm demonic beasts. If all of them were arcane body realm demonic beasts, the humans would have no chance at all. Because the demonic beast's overall quality was too high. Fortunately, that wasn't the case. Because looking at the Sky Martial Court's martial artists, the strongest ones were only from the advanced class, and not all of them were arcane body realm demonic beasts. The people from the Enforcement Union cleared the demonic beasts in the nearby houses. Of course, they left behind a group of people to protect everyone and clear the streets of the demonic beasts. The fighting in the houses on both sides of the street was even more exaggerated. After all, they were in a limited space. There were all kinds of glass and the sound of walls shattering could be heard. About 10 minutes later, all the demonic beasts in sight were cleared. Everyone gathered in the middle of the road again. They could only use this method to kill the demonic beasts they could find. Clearing a county of demonic beasts in 24 hours was actually quite a difficult task. Are there any injuries? Wang Jichao glanced at everyone. There are definitely some injuries, but they are all considered minor injuries. Wang Jichao nodded. We can't waste any time. So, everyone, heal yourselves as we move. There's still a county of demonic beasts waiting for us. Everyone, do your best. Devote yourselves to the battle today. I'm afraid that each of you will at least level up by 2 levels. All of you must seize this opportunity as well. Yes. Of course, they knew that this was indeed an opportunity to level up. Moreover, it was in a relatively safe environment. This kind of opportunity was indeed hard to come by. Although there were still many low-tier demonic beasts here, there were many spirit-focused realm demonic beasts. The lowest cultivation level of each of them was 1 star of the spirit-focused realm. Outside the city, there were more chi-building realm demonic beasts. Even if they wanted to find a spirit-focused realm demonic beast, they still needed luck. Moreover, they didn't dare to go any further. Everyone, let's continue and clear the next street. Everyone then moved forward. Does your space jump consume a lot of spiritual power? Ling Ying came to Lin Xian's side and asked. That's right, Ling Ying also felt that Lin Xian released the power of space and not martial arts. Not much, but you have to avoid using it continuously. Otherwise, you won't be able to bear it. Lin Xian said. I thought that the space attribute would consume a lot of spiritual power. It seems that the space attribute is indeed stronger. Ling Ying sighed. Lin Xian hadn't told Ling Ying about this matter yet. Therefore, Ling Ying also felt that Lin Xian had the space attribute. Lin Xian did indeed have it, but it wasn't for the time being. Boom! A small bungalow that was more than 10 meters tall was suddenly blasted by a force and fell in front of them. Chapter 168. Everyone was shocked and quickly retreated. What's going on? There was a strong force just now. It's probably trying to ambush us. Is everyone all right? Everyone was shocked. They were walking at the back, so the ones who were in trouble should be the ones in front. This was because the building had collapsed at the very front where Wang Jichao had led the members of the magic court. They were all buried in the rubble, and Lin Xian and the others did not know what had happened. Had they been hit by the building, or had they been blocked by the dust and were actually fine? They hoped it was the latter. If it was the former, they would be in danger. One figure after another emerged from the dust and quickly arrived behind Lin Xian and the others. Although they were covered in dust, they should be fine. After all, these people were all experts. The weakest of the 100 people from the Enforcement Union was at least at the Arcane Body Realm 7 star, and most of them were at the Arcane Heaven Realm. They still had the ability to react. Moreover, Even if they were hit, they should be able to react and block it. Everyone back off! Zhang Jichao shouted. Then, everyone's gaze fell on a figure that was gradually emerging from the dust. Lin Xian frowned slightly. The figure was gradually becoming clearer. So it's a heavy hammer beast. This demonic beast was huge, about 10 meters long. It looked like a triceratops. Its biggest feature was its tail. It was quite long and at the end was a huge hammer. It was bigger than a few people and that should be its main attack method. It was hard to imagine how a martial artist would be smashed by such a huge hammer. The force would definitely be extremely strong. Roar! The sledgehammer beast let out a furious roar, and then it suddenly swung its enormous hammer. Be careful! This speed was very fast. It should be able to intimidate more than 10 meters or even 20 meters. Lin Xian sensed that this should be the power of the arcane heaven realm. Whoosh! Wang Jichao rushed forward and blocked it with both hands. Wow! Lin Xian was shocked by this scene. Wang Jichao wasn't even 1/5 the size of the hammer behind the heavy hammer beast's tail. However, he was able to block the force of the hammer. Moreover, he looked very relaxed. Luckily, his realm isn't high. He's only at Arcane Heaven Realm 9 stars. If he was at Lightning Tribulation Realm, he would be in danger. Wang Jichao said, but he wasn't surprised. It was reasonable to encounter a profound Heaven Realm beast here, so there was no need to be surprised. Following which, Wang Jichao casually raised his hand and the huge hammer was sent flying backwards, causing the heavy hammer beast to fall to the ground. Whoosh! In the next instant, Wang Jichao leaped into the air, and then his whole body shone with golden light. It turned into a golden light and smashed into the heavy hammer beast at an extremely fast speed. Boom! Everyone felt the ground shake violently, and even dust flew up. This was strength. The heavy hammer beast was more than 10 meters long, while Wang Jichao was less than 2 meters tall. His punch was enough to shake the ground. This was the power of the Lightning Tribulation Realm. With one punch, Lin Xian could no longer sense the heavy hammer beast's aura. He was dead. Lin Xian's jaw dropped. F***CK. Wasn't this a little too strong? This was the power of cultivation. Profound Heaven Realm 9 stars was the kind of existence that could kill Lin Xian with a sneeze, but under Wang Jichao's strength, he died with one punch. This was only the Lightning Tribulation Realm. What about the Law Realm and Domain Realm? Lin Xian had experienced the power of the Domain Realm before. He felt that when he had the power of the Domain Realm, it was as if he owned the world. This was strength. Everyone was shocked by this scene. They had never seen an expert attack before. At most, it was the Profound Heaven Realm. High-level Lightning Tribulation Realm was still terrifying. It looked like Wang Jichao's normal attack. Wang Jichao landed in front of everyone and said, "What happened just now was a special situation, so everyone must be extra careful. You must not be distracted in the demonic beast domain. Otherwise, if the situation just now happens again, and the location of the collapse is next to you, how many people can escape?" Wang Jichao's words were indeed thought-provoking. Indeed, although they were afraid, they felt that with the people from the enforcement union around, everyone was too relaxed. If the place collapsed next to them, many people would have died. This was also good luck. They continued to move forward and continued to clear the beasts in Chong'an County. Time ticked by, and the sun was gradually setting. Lin Xian raised his head and looked at the sky. The sun had already reached the westernmost side. The red sunset reflected the sky, making it look exceptionally beautiful. He couldn't remember how long it had been since he saw the beautiful sky. He didn't expect that the next time he saw it would be here, under such a scene. Cosmic Fist. Boom! Lin Xian's eyes narrowed and he charged forward, killing the 7-star Spirit Focus Realm beast. Ding! You have leveled up to Arcane Body Realm 5-star. In one afternoon, Lin Xian successfully leveled up to Arcane Body Realm 5-star. This was also attributed to the fact that there were many beasts here. Moreover, he had killed several Arcane Body Realm beasts, which gave him enough experience. However, he was slightly injured, but it wasn't a big deal. This road was cleared. Basically, they had cleared half of the streets at the edge of Chong and County. The other team cleared the other half. This afternoon, they didn't stop at all and didn't rest at all. However, the people from the enforcement union were even more tired than the rest. Everyone, rest here for 10 minutes. We've cleared the periphery. Next up is the area near the city. There are many small districts and shopping malls. The terrain there is more dangerous and the beasts there will be more powerful. Therefore, the next battle will be more difficult than this afternoon. Wang Jichao glanced at everyone and said, "Leader, why will it be more dangerous next?" Someone asked in confusion. Wang Jichao smiled and said, "That's a good question. It's actually very simple. Beasts that have reached the arcane body realm have intelligence equivalent to a human in their teens. We humans like to enjoy. Why don't beasts like to enjoy as well? In the central area, no matter if it's the decoration of the houses or the comfort level, or the various kinds of food that we used to make, beasts like it. The better the houses, the better the protection from the wind and rain. Beasts have better senses than humans, so naturally, they like places like this." Wang Jichao paused and continued, "On the other hand, the houses beside us can indeed provide shelter from the wind and rain. However, they have been in disrepair for close to 3 years. In fact, the effect isn't that good anymore. Therefore, to be able to occupy the high-rise buildings in the center of the county, only beasts that are stronger can do it. Do you understand now?" "Understood." Wang Jichao continued. "However, the difference is that there might be only one beast in a building in a small district. This is because powerful beasts generally have a strong sense of territory, so they will be very strong. Everyone needs to be extra careful." Chapter 169. When Lin Xian heard Wang Jichao's words, he felt that he had learned a lot. Demonic beasts occupied human cities, so naturally, they preferred to live in human-built houses. Although they did not know how to clean them, it was more than enough to shelter them from the wind, rain, and moisture. Actually, demonic beasts were similar to humans. As long as they had enough intelligence, no one would prefer to live in a tiled house over a skyscraper. Demonic beasts were the same. Although to demonic beasts, a skyscraper was not as convenient as a tiled house, and they even had to climb the stairs, it was definitely comfortable. As for opening and closing the door, they could just smash the door. Wang Jichao also said that, for example, a building in a small district with more than 10 residents, but to demonic beasts, the entire building belonged to a single demonic beast. From the looks of it, a demonic beast that could occupy an entire building would definitely not be of a low level. Of course, a big fellow like the heavy hammer beast would naturally not be able to live in it. However, some of the bigger tiled houses could still allow them to sleep and rest. Actually, Lin Xian was looking forward to something. That was to see what a demonic beast in human form looked like. Would it really look like a human? The number of cultivators who had seen a demonic beast in human form could be counted with one's fingers. Basically, it was impossible to see it. Firstly, it was too strong. Basically, no one would be able to survive after seeing it. Secondly, a demonic beast of that level would not appear in front of humans. Generally speaking, when demonic beasts attacked a city, they would only be the ones giving orders and not the fighters. Take a rest. We will continue our journey in 10 minutes. Everyone from the enforcement union should also take a rest. However, be alert. Be careful of any demonic beast's sneak attack. Yes. In this afternoon, they were only injured. No one died, and no one was seriously injured. In fact, it was because the enforcement union had protected them well. Sometimes, when a spirit-focused realm cultivator was targeted by an arcane body realm cultivator, the enforcement union would immediately rush over to protect them. Even if they had a battle on hand, they would immediately put it down. It was probably an order from the higher-ups to ensure everyone's safety. This way, the world would feel that following the 3 major powers was a safe and harmless thing to do. This way, the country would be able to go to war more frequently. This kind of operation would strengthen the strength of a large-scale cultivator. This was something that could not be helped. If they did not carry out some measures, the humans would not be able to withstand the attacks of the demonic beasts. Lin Xian leaned against a tree. Beside him, Miao Xiao Miao and Ling Ying immediately came over. Not far away were the members of the Gale mercenaries. As for Qin Xiaotian, he had not appeared beside the crowd and had been at the forefront. I saw your cultivation level increase just now. Ling Ying looked at Lin Xian and said. Lin Xian nodded his head, yes, Arcane Body Realm 5 stars. Miao Xiao Miao's mouth was slightly agape. You're already at the 5 stars Arcane Body stage? Miao Xiao Miao asked in surprise. She remembered that back in the deep cold valley, Lin Xian was only at the 10 stars of the Spirit Focus Realm. When he fought her, he was also at the 10 stars of the Spirit Focus Realm. When the incident at the Sky Martial Court happened, Lin Xian was rumored to be at the 1-star Arcane Body stage. She thought it was normal since she was also at the 1-star Arcane Body stage. However, in just a few days, Lin Xian had just broken through to the 5 stars Arcane Body stage while she was only at the 2 stars Arcane Body stage. The difference was immediately apparent. Miao Xiao Miao was very confident in her talent and ability. However, she did not expect to be dealt a blow by Lin Xian. Yes. I've increased a little recently, Lin Xian said. He was originally at the 2 stars Arcane Body stage. However, when Ling Ying agreed to be his girlfriend, his cultivation level increased by another 2 stars. Today, he had killed quite a number of demonic beasts, so his cultivation level increased to the 5 stars Arcane Body stage. Lin Xian actually felt that this speed was quite fast. I really don't know why you're only at the 5 stars Arcane Body stage at the age of 21. Logically speaking, if you've maintained your current cultivation level, you should be close to the Arcane Body stage by now. Miao Xiao Miao complained. She did not know that Lin Xian had been rumored to be trash. This matter had basically spread throughout the Tianhua Academy and a few other academies. Everyone else had heard about it, but Miao Xiao Miao had almost never interacted with anyone from the academy. Naturally, she did not know about it. The only person she interacted with was Xiao Runing. However, Xiao Runing had only met Lin Xian recently. Normally, she would not have told Miao Xiao Miao about this. However, Ling Ying was very shocked. Because she knew about this matter. In other words, Lin Xian had only started cultivating recently. However, he was comparable to her for more than 10 years. Therefore, she was also shocked. However, it had not been more than 10 years. Basically, all cultivators only started killing beasts when they were 15 or 16 years old. Before that, they were still too young. If they wanted to go out, their individual strength was too weak. It was simply difficult to kill demonic beasts. Therefore, for Ling Ying, Han Chuxue, and Qin Xiaotian, it was only 7 or 8 years. However, they all had a slow process of improving. At the beginning, they might not go out more than a few times in a year or two. However, Lin Xian was different. Although he was weak in his previous life, he had experienced many storms and waves. His starting point in terms of experience was Ling Ying and the rest's current level. Therefore, Lin Xian was very daring. This is nothing. Can't we just kill beasts? Sometimes, if we're lucky, we'll encounter stronger demonic beasts. Won't we be able to increase our level by killing a few more? How lucky is that? Especially when it's not far from human territory. Miao Xiao Miao mumbled. Then, she thought about it. Indeed, Lin Xian's strength was very strong. He was also strong in martial arts. Miao Xiao Miao had personally experienced it. His martial arts grade was also high, so his combat strength was naturally strong. Furthermore, with a combination of the lightning and space attributes, he could even fight opponents a few levels above him. With the space attribute, he should at least have no problem escaping, right? Miao Xiao Miao felt that if she also had the space attribute and reached Lin Xian's level, she would not be afraid. However, they did not know that Lin Xian did not have the space attribute. In any case, to Lin Xian, his biggest secret was the scumbag system. This secret would always be hidden. Perhaps in the future, he would tell Lin Ye and the rest. However, Lin Xian felt that it was impossible for him to do so in a short period of time. You're at the 10-star arcane body realm. How much more do you need to reach the arcane heaven realm? Lin Xian asked Ling Ying. Ling Ying was slightly stunned. Then, she looked at Lin Xian in surprise. How do you know that I'm at the 10-star arcane body realm? Lin Xian was stunned. Oh no. He did not seem to have asked about Ling Ying's realm. If Lin Xian knew about Ling Ying's previous realm, he would not be too surprised. However, even Ling Ying herself was surprised that she had mysteriously increased by 4 stars. She had never revealed it, not even to Han Chuxue, because she did not know how to explain it. However, how did Lin Xian know? Lin Xian did not want to reveal the ability of the Eye of Cave Spirit. At least, he did not want to reveal it for the time being. It was not that he did not trust her, but that he did not know how to explain it to her. This ability to detect the other party's attributes did not exist in this world. Are you stupid? You told me before. I told you. Ling Ying frowned. Chapter 170. In any case, Ling Ying didn't remember telling Lin Xian about it. She didn't remember telling anyone. You guys chat, I'm going to eat something. Do you want me to get some food for you? Miao Xiao Miao asked. No need, you go eat. Lin Xian said. Okay. Then Miao Xiao Miao walked away. Hurry up and tell me, when did I tell you? Ling Ying asked again. Did you forget when I asked you that last time? Alu. Get lost. Ling Ying clenched her teeth and cursed in shame and anger. Really, did you forget? Ling Ying couldn't remember anyway. Could it really be? Why was she thinking about it at that time anyway? It felt so good. Maybe she really did accidentally answer Lin Xian's question. Bah. Good my ass. Lin Xian saw Ling Ying's face turn red for no reason. He was dumbfounded. What was this girl thinking about now? However, this was the best excuse Lin Xian could come up with. Although he thought that Ling Ying would still be suspicious, it was fine as long as she didn't admit it. Ling Ying didn't continue this topic and asked Lin Xian, I have something to ask you. Ask away. Why did I level up after the first time, and the third time with you? Ling Ying asked. She felt that her skin seemed to have become better after that time. Could it be that doing it with a man had a beautifying effect on a girl? Lin Xian. Damn. How many times did this girl remember it so clearly? What? Level up. Why can't I understand what you're saying? Lin Xian began his performance. The Best Actor title wasn't just for show. If a man didn't know how to act dumb, how could he travel among the beauties with ease? This matter was related to Lin Xian's biggest secret, so it was impossible for others to know about it. At least not for the time being. Linya was clear about the previous experience, so Lin Xian felt that it didn't matter. Because Linya never asked about anything, she just had to choose to believe in Lin Xian. Ling Ying said faintly, That's right. I improved after doing it with you. Then she continued, We humans obtained the God spawn system when the world changed. The power released by this system can strengthen our bodies and even increase our lifespan. It's different from the cultivation of Yao beasts. We don't need to cultivate. We only need to improve our combat ability and become proficient in various sword techniques. Only by killing Yao beasts and killing people can we gain experience. Other than these two methods, there are no other ways to level up. However, I inexplicably discovered a third method. Are you trying to say that you'll level up after having sex with me? It's really like that, Ling Ying said. Don't be ridiculous. Level up every time? Lin Xian asked. No, just twice. Every time, I'll level up 2 times. Lin Xian then said, Then tell me, if you can level up after having sex with me, shouldn't you level up every time? Why only twice? We've done it many times, okay? Ling Ying's face turned red. Then she glared at Lin Xian and said, I'm serious. Don't doubt me. It's true. Lin Xian obviously knew that it was true. After all, He was the one who helped Ling Ying level up. But he couldn't say it. This kind of thing was especially troublesome to explain. Perhaps there would be a chance in the future, but definitely not now. Are you dumbfounded by my sex? Ling Ying. Why don't you go die? Ling Ying really wanted to kick Lin Xian to death. This person's words were really infuriating. Then Ling Ying continued, even if I'm dumbfounded, I can't forget my own level, right? And twice. It's true. Lin Xian said, even if it's true, there must be some other reason. This reason might exist, but we don't know what it is. Then Lin Xian grinned and said, have you heard of dual cultivation? Or maybe I have some special constitution. Ling Ying. She really believed him. Because if that wasn't the case, why would she level up? Lin Xian had a special constitution. If he had sex with her, she could level up, but why didn't she level up every time? That's why you have to have sex with me more often. That way, I might be able to produce a super expert. Lin Xian said with a smile. Scram. How can you cheat me like that? Do you think I'm an innocent teenage girl? Ling Ying really couldn't stand Lin Xian anymore. Hey, if you want to be a lady, how can you say such vulgar words? However, Lin Xian liked Ling Ying's carefree and unrestrained manner. It would be strange if such words came out of Yi Yi's mouth. I'm not a lady to begin with. Have you ever seen me being a lady? Ling Ying said proudly. Yes, I think you're especially ladylike when you beg for mercy. Really? Ling Ying. Boom, on the other side, everyone heard a loud sound and looked over. The scene they saw was already over. The tree Lin Xian was leaning against was directly broken by Ling Ying's punch. Damn. Can you not be so fierce? Lin Xian was about to die from laughter. Teasing this Ling Ying was really fun. If you continue to make me angry, you'll end up like this tree. Ling Ying snorted. Lin Xian smiled. He didn't believe that Ling Ying would touch him. She would only touch his little brother. Okay, I won't make you angry, Lin Xian said with a smile. Then tell me, in your opinion, what's going on? Ling Ying asked. How would I know? I'm not the one being slapped. Ling Ying. Ding. The host has caused Miss Ling Ying's inner heart to go crazy. The degree of insanity is extremely high. Scumbag value plus 200,000. Lin Xian. Ever since Ling Ying became Lin Xian's girlfriend, it was hard to get a scumbag value from her. After all, teasing one's girlfriend wasn't a scumbag, and slapping one's girlfriend was reasonable. It wasn't something a scumbag would do. So there was no scumbag value. It was fine even if he made her go crazy a few times. But this time, the extent was much deeper. Hoo-hoo. Ling Ying took a few deep breaths. She felt that if she didn't do this, it would be hard to calm down the true qi in her Randu and Du meridians. Hee, it's fine. Be good. Ling Ying realized that she couldn't be too calculative with Lin Xian. Otherwise, she might be angered to death by Lin Xian one day. Hearing Lin Xian's words, Ling Ying fiercely rolled her eyes at him. Right, even if this is true, don't tell anyone. I'm not stupid, of course I won't. Ling Ying rolled her eyes again. She was simply too beautiful. Lin Xian wanted to drag her into the small forest. Lin Xian stretched and stood up. Then can you reach the mysterious heaven realm today? Chapter 171. Ling Ying nodded. That's possible. Of course, that's only if there are enough high-level arcane body realm beasts or arcane heaven realm 1-star beasts. If there are only arcane body realm 5 stars, I'm afraid even 30 of them won't be enough. Lin Xian, 30 arcane body realm 5 stars beasts were enough for him to level up a few times, but for Ling Ying, it wouldn't even be enough to level up a single level. Just how much experience would it take to reach the first level of the mysterious heaven realm? However, since Ling Ying had said that she could reach the mysterious heaven realm by 1 star, that meant that she had the confidence to kill a mysterious heaven realm demonic beast while she was still at the mysterious heaven realm. It was just 1 level, but it was a big realm. Normal cultivators definitely wouldn't dare to say that. Only extremely strong cultivators could say it and do it. Lin Xian also believed that Ling Ying could do it. You have to level up faster, or else I'll catch up to you. Lin Xian laughed. TCH you? Dream on. Ha ha ha, wait until I catch up to you, then I'll bully you every day. Lin Xian laughed happily. Ling Ying rolled his eyes, as if he didn't bully her every day. Do you want to eat? Miao Xiao Miao walked in front of them with 2 buckets of instant noodles. Damn! Where did you get the hot water? Lin Xian thought she was going to eat some snacks, but this girl actually brought instant noodles over. Country bumpkin, there are too many ways for cultivators to get hot water. Ling Ying heard Lin Xian's exclamation and secretly rubbed his forehead. Heavens! Was Lin Xian really a cultivator? It felt like he didn't know a lot of things. Is it easy? Then tell me about it. Miao Xiao Miao rolled her eyes at Lin Xian and said, Are you eating or not? Lin Xian smiled and took the buckets while helping Ling Ying. They said they didn't want to eat, but Miao Xiao Miao still carefully made a bucket for them. This girl wasn't bad. Thank you, Ling Ying said. Miao Xiao Miao glared at Lin Xian. Look at Sister Ling Ying and then look at yourself. Can't you be more polite? Lin Xian rubbed the tip of his nose and said, We're so familiar with each other. Wouldn't it be too distant if I thanked you? Tisk, who's familiar with you? Hurry up and eat, we have to leave in a few minutes. With that, Miao Xiao Miao walked away. Then, Lin Xian and Ling Ying ate their instant noodles. Ling Ying said, Little Miao has a space ring on her hand. It's a space spirit tool. You just need to put a thermos bottle in there and you'll have hot water for your instant noodles. I almost forgot about that. Lin Xian face-bombed. This is also a spatial ring, right? Lin Xian asked. Ling Ying nodded. Yes, you haven't, have you? Yeah, I don't know where to get one. Ling Ying thought for a moment and said, I'll get my family to send one to you in a few days. It's really troublesome for a martial artist to not have a spatial ring. Wow! That's great! Lin Xian exclaimed. Shameless. Ling Ying rolled his eyes at Lin Xian. Spatial rings are extremely rare, right? And they're very precious, right? Ling Ying nodded. Well, how do I put it? A 5 cubic meter spatial ring is worth about an Earth rank martial skill. And it's the kind that can't be bought with money. Lin Xian. Then give it back to me. If not you, then who? Ling Ying rolled his eyes at Lin Xian. Hee hee. If there weren't so many people here, Lin Xian would have hugged Ling Ying and pinched him. As expected, I'm the person you love the most. Lin Xian said smugly. Bull ****. Who do you think you are? The person I love the most? I just feel sorry for you. And, if word gets out that I, Ling Ying's boyfriend, don't even have a spatial ring, wouldn't that be embarrassing for me? Lin Xian knew that Ling Ying had a sharp tongue but a soft heart. Although she said that, she definitely didn't think so in her heart. Then Lin Xian moved closer to Ling Ying's ear and said, When we get home, let your husband pamper you. Ling Ying. F***CKU. Ha ha ha. Lin Xian really liked Ling Ying's character. She was carefree. Although she would swear, he felt that it was a plus point for Ling Ying. Her swearing wasn't annoying, and it made Lin Xian feel that she was cute. Every time he heard it, he wanted to press her down on the sofa and conquer her while Ling Ying scolded him. Finally, she would beg for mercy. That feeling was especially satisfying. At this time, Wang Jichao walked over and shouted, It's time to rest. Time is tight. The sky is already dark. Everyone, prepare to set off according to the previous team's formation. Yes. Then, everyone gathered. They were in a state of excitement. Before they came, they really wanted to hang around, but after an afternoon of fighting, they felt especially good about being protected. Moreover, as long as they weren't lazy, basically everyone had leveled up. So they all knew that they had to fight hard for the rest of the night. It wasn't for leaving, but for their own strength. Otherwise, if they missed this opportunity, there wouldn't be another one. Be careful at night. It's very dangerous. Ling Ying reminded Lin Xian. I know. In fact, demonic beasts were equivalent to various kinds of mutated animals. Therefore, normal demonic beasts inherited the characteristics of animals. For example, most of them liked to roam around at night. Demonic beasts were most active at night. They would also come out to look for food. As for their targets, they were naturally all kinds of ordinary animals. However, most of them hunted other demonic beasts. Furthermore, demonic beast senses were normally stronger than humans. At night, demonic beasts might be watching you, but you didn't see them at all. For example, when they came to Chong and County during the day, they saw demonic beasts lying peacefully on the street, basking in the sun. If it was night, it would be a different scene. After an hour, they killed all the way to the center of Chong and County. Now, they were in a square that used to be. Surrounding them were residential buildings, large shopping malls with dozens of floors, cinemas, and so on. They had cleared the square of demonic beasts. However, demonic beasts from all directions and positions kept attacking them. However, as they were gradually killed, the demonic beasts felt the smell of blood in the square. Many of them looked at them from afar. Even if you raised your head, you could see a demonic beast on the 4th or 5th floor of a building in a residential area looking in their direction. Various colored eyes emitted light in the night. Because of their massacre, the cries of various demonic beasts came from the night, making people feel incomparably scared. If there were only a few people here, they would really be afraid of death. Lin Xian felt a chill down his spine. In this square, the demonic beasts that were just killed were generally in the spirit condensation realm. There were almost no Qi building realm beasts. There were also many arcane body realm beasts. Wang Jichao glanced around and said, "We have more than 1,000 people in this square. Therefore, we have to split into 4 teams and move separately." Chapter 172. If they split up, they were only afraid of one thing, which was to encounter a danger that they could not deal with. However, if they did not split up, the efficiency of 1,000 people moving together in the plaza would be too low. More than half of them would just be bystanders. However, Wang Jichao's so-called separation would not be too far apart. It was within a range that could be seen with the naked eye. Wang Jichao then looked at everyone and said, "How about this? For teams will split up. One team will go to the cinema, one team will go to the shopping mall, one team will go to the 5-story supermarket over there, and the last team will go to the clothing mall over there." The 4 places that Wang Jichao mentioned were all big places. The smallest one was also 4 stories high, but it covered a large area. This kind of place is huge, and based on my experience, under normal circumstances, there will be a lot of demon beasts inside. Wang Jichao said. Lin Xian raised his head and looked. There was no need for him to say anything, because Lin Xian had already seen layers of demon beasts staring at them through the glass of the shopping mall not far away. Those pairs of red, green, and blue eyes were especially clear in the dark night. Then Wang Jichao continued, "There are a lot of demonic beasts in this square, and the smell of blood is very strong, so it will attract the surrounding demonic beasts. Therefore, half of the people will stay in this square and wait to kill the demonic beasts that come. Of course, you will also be assigned a few Thunder Tribulation Realm experts to protect you. As for the other groups, there will be nearly 150 people moving at the same time, so your safety is actually guaranteed. Every group will ensure that there is a Thunder Tribulation Realm expert to protect you. In this way, everyone can rest assured." Most of the 100 people from the Trial Union were in the Mysterious Heaven Realm, a few were in the high-level Mysterious Body Realm, but there were also a few in the Thunder Tribulation Realm. Of course, they were not at Wang Jichao's level. However, they were still in the Thunder Tribulation Realm after all. If there was a Thunder Tribulation Realm expert in each team, they would be at ease. "Does anyone have any questions?" Wang Jichao asked. No. In fact, everyone also wanted to split up. This way, they could fight more monsters. "Alright, I'll take one team to the largest shopping mall. The rest of you take the other 3 teams." Wang Jichao then walked towards Lin Xian's team and said, "I'll take your team to the shopping mall. The shopping mall has 24 floors and is the largest building here. It must have the most demon beasts, so it's naturally the most dangerous." Lin Xian also wanted to go to the shopping mall. With such a large building, to be able to occupy it, it was reasonable to say that the demonic beasts were more powerful. He needed arcane body realm demonic beasts to level up. Good. Take half of your men and leave them in the square. Get ready and set off. Lin Xian and the others naturally chose to enter the shopping mall. They had a total of 150 people, and 15 people from the enforcement union were left behind to follow them into the mall. Wang Jichao was the one leading the team. With Wang Jichao leading the team, Lin Xian was at ease. Then they split into 5 groups. The group with the most people stayed in the huge square and waited for the smell of blood to attract more demon beasts. The other 4 groups entered the 4 largest buildings nearby. Lin Xian's team was led by Wang Jichao. Lin Xian, Ling Ying, and a few people from the Swift Wind mercenary group were at the front. Those who wanted to increase their strength would choose to be at the front. Of course, there were also some stronger people at the back. They were responsible for the safety of the demon beasts behind them. As soon as they entered the shopping mall, they felt a chill in their faces. It was very, very dark, but everyone from the enforcement union opened the badge on their chest in an orderly manner. It was actually a flashlight, and the light was very bright. In fact, for Lin Xian's level, his night vision in the dark was already very strong. The lack of light didn't affect him too much. There weren't many demon beasts on the first floor. Some of them had probably already gone out to attack them in the square and were killed by them. Everyone, be careful. Pay attention to any position in the dark. There might be demon beasts hiding there to ambush us. Wang Jichao reminded everyone. Then, everyone cleaned up the first floor and walked down the stairs to the second floor. Boom! A fireball the size of a person suddenly shot towards the group of people who were walking down the stairs. Wang Jichao reacted quickly. He leaped into the air and swung his fist. The strength of his fist extinguished the fireball in mid-air. At the same time, he jumped to the second floor. Then, Lin Xian heard the sounds of battle and the cries of demonic beasts. In just a few seconds, everything quieted down. This shopping mall was very, very big. Other than the number of floors, the area of each floor was very large. But basically, with the elevator as the center, each floor was evenly spaced on both sides. When they arrived at the second floor, everyone stood there. Lin Xian then said, "Team leader, why don't we split into 2 teams? One team will go to the left side of the stairs and the other team will go to the right. If all of us go to one side, the demon beasts on the other side will take the opportunity to run down the stairs." Wang Jichao nodded. "What you said makes sense. There shouldn't be any danger. Everyone is on the same floor. If anything happens, we can provide support immediately. Zhao Lin, you take half of the people to the left. I'll take the other half to the right. After we clear everything, we'll gather here and go to the 3rd floor together. We'll do this again." "Yes, team leader." Then, they split up again. Wang Jichao took Lin Xian and the rest. Looking at the decorations on the second floor, it seemed that there were all kinds of shops that sold clothing in the past. There were big and small shops. Lin Xian saw a demon beast looking at them and hiding in a shop. Whoosh! In the next instant, Lin Xian took the lead and rushed up. Because his eye of spiritual insight swept over and saw that it was an arcane body realm 3-star. 3-star was still very attractive to Lin Xian. "Lin Xian, be careful." Wang Jichao saw this scene and secretly shook his head. Then, everyone hurriedly followed. There were few demon beasts on this corridor. They had probably sensed their aura and were hiding in some corner of the shop. They were either afraid or waiting to ambush them. With more than 100 people, they couldn't possibly all rush into one shop. Lin Xian was the first to enter. It was quite big, probably more than 1,000 square meters. Then, Wang Jichao and a few people from the enforcement union followed in. Ling Ying, Miao Xiaomiao, and a few people from the Wind Mercenaries also followed in. As for the rest, they were led by the enforcement union into the shops on the side in an orderly manner. On average, there were more than 10 people in each shop. Of course, the bigger shops naturally had more people. When Lin Xian rushed in, he suddenly saw a pair of glowing eyes staring at him from the darkness. Whoosh! A gust of cold energy emitted a faint blue light in the darkness and shot towards Lin Xian. Lin Xian leaped back and dodged it. Then, he saw that the pillar that the gust of cold energy shot towards was covered with a layer of frost. "Be careful." Ling Ying followed closely and saw this scene. Then, she couldn't help but say worriedly, "I know." Lin Xian nodded. Then, the few of them rushed in and looked at the demon beasts in the darkness. Chapter 173. You guys are strong enough, one each. I'll bring some people inside to investigate. Wang Jichao said to Lin Xian and Ling Ying. Okay. Lin Xian nodded and lightning exploded from his body, lighting up the surroundings. Lightning flash. So, Lin Xian gathered heavenly lightning in his palms and threw 2 heavenly lightning bolts over. Boom! The terrifying power of lightning instantly engulfed the demonic beast. Ling Ying and Miao Xiao Miao also locked onto their target. Then, they rushed over to fight. The 2 lightning flashes almost took the demonic beast's life. He was probably already half dead. After all, Lin Xian was a 5-star arcane body realm cultivator while the demonic beast was a 3-star arcane body realm cultivator. Furthermore, the Heavenly Thunder Flash was an Earth-rank martial technique. Normally speaking, if this 3-star arcane body realm cultivator was a human, he would definitely die after being hit by these 2 attacks. But because it was a demonic beast, its physique was stronger and it didn't die after being hit. However, Lin Xian rushed over and punched the demonic beast's head, killing it instantly. There were still 25,000 experience points to reach the 6 stars arcane body realm. That wasn't too much. Under normal circumstances, Lin Xian felt that he might be able to reach the 7 stars arcane body realm by tonight and tomorrow morning. Lin Xian then walked in and saw that the battle was still ongoing. Ah! Suddenly, a scream sounded in everyone's ears. Lin Xian was the first to turn around because the person who screamed was right beside him. Lin Xian looked over and saw that he had no signs of life. And the one who killed him was a demonic beast that Lin Xian and the rest didn't notice. It was a giant black spider that was over 3 meters long. That person died under the sharp front claws of this giant spider. It seemed that the first stab had pierced through his shoulder, which was why he was able to scream. However, the second stab had pierced through his head, instantly taking his life. They really didn't pay attention to this demonic beast. This huge spider was hanging from the ceiling above their heads. It seemed to be deliberately hiding its presence. Its body was black, and its eyes didn't have much light. In the dark of the night, it was normal for no one to pay attention to it. Lin Xian didn't feel sorry or pity for that person because it was normal for humans to be killed by demonic beasts. In fact, Lin Xian even felt a trace of luck. The distance between him and Lin Xian was less than 3 meters and he was completely unprepared. If the demonic beast chose to attack him, Lin Xian, he didn't have 100% confidence that he would be able to react. And if he couldn't, the price would be death. Because this abyss venomous spider was at the 5 stars arcane body realm, it could easily take Lin Xian's life. Heavenly Thunder Flash. Lin Xian condensed Heavenly Thunder Flash and threw it over. That abyss venomous spider's movements were surprisingly agile as it crawled out. "Give this demonic beast to me!" Lin Xian shouted and rushed out. Whoosh! A ball of spider web shot towards Lin Xian. Lin Xian hurriedly dodged. He knew that this level of spider web was incomparably tough. Under such circumstances, using a spirit weapon to cut it would be the most foolish choice. Not only would it not be able to cut it, but it would also be imprisoned. The people in front saw a giant black spider running out and revealed a terrified expression. Some demonic beasts were cute, but some were very scary. For example, this abyss venomous spider was over 3 meters long. Others were scared of a few centimeters long spider, let alone such a big one. This kind of demonic beast could scare the majority of martial artists out of their wits. Fortunately, this abyss venomous spider didn't run towards them, but towards where they came from. It ran directly to the first floor. Lin Xian chased after it. "I'll go take a look at Lin Xian." Ling Ying was worried about Lin Xian after getting rid of her demonic beast, so she ran away after saying that. It would be a lie to say that she didn't care about Lin Xian. No matter what, Lin Xian was her boyfriend, and also her man. For 23 years, he was the only man who had taken her. Even if they hadn't experienced the real process of love, she definitely had special feelings for Lin Xian. Boom! When Ling Ying arrived at the stairs, she saw a terrifying purple lightning erupting from the first floor. The power of lightning was indeed strong. Ling Ying could feel its aura even from so far away. Her figure disappeared from the spot like a ghost. This was the power of shadow. Bang, 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 bang. The abyss venomous spider's hard front pincers were like sharp swords. Lin Xian waved the dragon rain sword, while the abyss venomous spider waved its front pincers, and even had the advantage. After all, the abyss venomous spider was fast, and its body was bigger and stronger. Lin Xian, an ordinary martial artist of the same realm, had a hard time competing with it in terms of strength. Ling Ying appeared beside Lin Xian. She wanted to help him, but after thinking about it, she gave up because this kind of battle was training for Lin Xian. The abyss venomous spider has two strong points. The first is its poison web, and the second is its venom. Once you're hurt by any part of its body, your body will be poisoned. With your arcane body 5 stars, if you're poisoned by the same realm's poison, you'll die within 10 minutes. So be careful. Ling Ying reminded Lin Xian. Lin Xian was naturally clear about these points. Even if he hadn't fought with the abyss venomous spider before, his eye of cave spirit was already very clear. 1,000 lightning strike. The dragon rain sword gathered lightning again and slashed over. Hiss. The abyss venomous spider let out a strange cry because Lin Xian's sword had directly cut off its front pincer, and green blood kept spurting out. Be careful, the abyss venomous spider's blood is also highly toxic. It will instantly corrode and poison your skin. Ling Ying was worried for Lin Xian. This kind of demonic beast was actually the most difficult to deal with. It had many ways to take your life. Poison, poison web imprisonment, sharp front pincers, and poisonous fangs. After the abyss venomous spider was injured, it staggered back a little, but Lin Xian's speed suddenly increased, and he slid under the abyss venomous spider's body. This scene made Ling Ying tremble with fear. Wasn't this Lin Xian a little too reckless in battle? His attack method was indeed effective because the abyss venomous spider's abdomen was a weak spot, but it was very difficult to attack. The abyss venomous spider's 6 limbs were relatively long, resulting in a spacious area below it. If Lin Xian slid under the abyss venomous spider, if the abyss venomous spider reacted, it could directly pierce through Lin Xian with its claws. Lin Xian actually had many ways to deal with the abyss venomous spider. It was possible to use the powerful strength of an Earth-tier martial skill to forcefully kill it, but this way, he wouldn't have any combat experience, so Lin Xian would try his best to avoid using martial skills. If he could avoid using martial skills, then he wouldn't. There was definitely no harm in this. Of course, Lin Xian only dared to do this because he had a certain amount of confidence. Otherwise, he wouldn't dare to throw away his life. The 1,000 lightning strikes dragon rain sword slashed from the front of the abyss venomous spider's abdomen to the back, and Lin Xian took advantage of the opportunity to slash out. The abyss venomous spider was directly killed. It was equivalent to its abdomen being cut open. Chapter 174. Lin Xian took a deep breath. Then, he walked towards Ling Ying. How is it? Your man is handsome, right? Lin Xian grinned. Get lost. Do you know how dangerous it was just now? Ling Ying rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. Lin Xian's large hand inadvertently pinched Ling Ying's butt, causing her to be embarrassed and angry. Oh my God. After a day, He finally found a chance to touch his precious Ling Ying. It's fine. I just cut off its front claw, so it stumbled and retreated. At this time, it usually can't react, Lin Xian said. What if? Wouldn't you be putting your head under its blade? You're worried about me. Lin Xian smiled at Ling Ying's beautiful face. Who's worried about you if you die? If you die, I can find another man. Ling Ying said angrily. Yes, she was a little angry. Seeing Lin Xian's attack just now, it was like he didn't care about his life. Although she knew that Lin Xian had a certain level of confidence, if he kept doing this and often took risks out of desperation, there was no telling when he would make a mistake. How could one's shoes not get wet if one stood by the river too often? Ling Ying was very clear about this principle. Ha ha ha, then you can forget about that possibility in your life. Lin Xian laughed. You can still laugh. Ling Ying rolled her eyes at Lin Xian again. Okay, I won't do this again. I promise you, okay? Let's go, the top needs us. Hearing Lin Xian's words, Ling Ying nodded slightly. However, Lin Xian was still quite touched. This Ling Ying still cared about him a lot. When they reached the top, the second floor was almost completely cleaned out. Then the third floor, the fourth floor. 40 minutes later, they arrived at the 20th level. Lin Xian had almost reached the 6th star of the arcane body stage. What's going on outside? Someone suddenly said. Lin Xian and the others also noticed something. In the pitch-black night sky outside, there was a sudden flash of light very close to them. It was like a bolt of lightning streaking across the night sky, attracting people's attention. This light illuminated the surroundings. It even felt as if a huge lamp had been lit outside. Everyone looked out through the windows at the side. This was the 20th floor, which was already very high. They saw that the blue light was coming from the horizon, and it was getting closer and closer. And their target was the square. Everyone's pupils shrank. It was an aura that made their hearts twist. Not good. Wang Jichao shouted, but it was too late. Boom. They saw with their own eyes that the light smashed into the square like a meteorite falling from the sky. In that instant, they saw the light, dust, and power engulfing the entire square. On the square, 400 to 500 people were engulfed. Under that power, there was no need to think about their outcome. And on the 20th floor, they even felt the entire mall tremble at this moment. How can this be? Everyone's eyes widened, and their faces were filled with horror, especially when they saw this scene with their own eyes. They saw 400 to 500 people being engulfed by this power like ants. Lin Xian's pupils shrank. This power surpassed the lightning tribulation realm. He had felt the power of high-level lightning tribulation realm before. The terrifying power in front of him was even stronger than that. It was at least an existence in the lower realm. It's over. Wang Jichao muttered to himself. Team leader, what kind of monster is that? Some people were about to cry. It's demonic aura. It proves that it's a monster. And it's a lower realm monster. It's a monster king. Wang Jichao clenched his fists. How was that possible? Logically speaking, why would a lower realm monster care about this place? Hearing Wang Jichao's words, everyone's hearts collapsed. Lin Xian secretly clenched his fists. What he was worried about had happened in the end. Wang Jichao quickly adjusted the channel in his earpiece. Team 2, calling Team 2. Please answer if you hear me. However, there was no response from the earpiece. Team 2 was the other team in Chong'an County. The signal was connected, but they did not answer. At that moment, they seemed to have understood something. Wang Jichao's body seemed to deflate. This monster had most likely killed all of the members of Team 2 and was rushing over here. Logically speaking, it was impossible for it to kill so many people in an instant without them being able to send a message. Of course, this was theoretically impossible, but no one knew what was going on. At present, Team 2's 1,000 people should be doomed. Calling Commander Qin Feng. Qin Feng's voice came from the earpiece. What's the matter? Commander Qin Feng, Chong and County has been attacked by an unknown monster. It's at the Law Realm. Team 2 can no longer be contacted. I'm afraid it's not good. Team 1 has lost nearly half of its members. Requesting backup. What? Qin Feng was shocked. Why would a Law Realm monster appear on your side? Wang Jichao said, I suspect that the monster knows about our plan and that we've fallen into their trap. Their plan was to blow up Linfeng City while the others cleared out the monster beasts in the counties around Linfeng City. If the monster beasts knew about the humans' plan, the Law Realm monster beasts could go to the border counties and kill all the humans there. I suggest we cancel the mission. Wang Jichao quickly said. I agree. Cancel the mission and set up a temporary teleportation array to return. Everyone's lives are the most important. Boom. A terrifying explosion came from the earpiece, and then the signal was cut off. Team leader, what should we do? A girl could not help but cry. Everyone, squat down. Don't worry. I'll set up the teleportation array. After saying that, Wang Jichao concealed himself and rushed down. He had to hide because he did not have the ability to deal with a Law Realm monster. He could only set up the teleportation array quietly and bring everyone away. As for the more than 400 people in the square, it could only be said that everyone had their own fate. If they had stayed in the square and the people in the square had entered the 4 buildings, they would be the ones dead now. Below them, the square had been razed to the ground. Corpses were covered in blood and lying on the ground without any signs of life. Several Thunder Tribulation Realm experts had not died and were fighting with the culprit. It was a person. Lin Xian saw the figure fighting with everyone. It was a person. A monster beast has taken human form. Ling Ying's pupils shrank. Miao Xiaomiao's state of mind was more mature. If it were any other little loli, they would have cried already. She was relatively calm as she said, a monster beast can take human form at least at the Law Realm. Can the monster beasts know about our plan? Lin Xian squatted down again and asked with a frown. Ling Ying shook his head. How could it be normal? But something like that did happen, so I can only guess. Miao Xiaomiao glanced at Ling Ying and thought of something. Then, she said in shock, someone leaked it. Chapter 175. Hearing Miao Xiaomiao's words, everyone felt a chill down their spines. Sister Miao, you're saying that someone leaked the information? Chu Meng said in disbelief. This was treason, no, treason. Humans betrayed humans and sided with the beasts. This was the most intolerable thing. The possibility is very high. Think about it, although we all knew that we were going to clear out Linfeng City, we only knew the specific plan after we gathered and arrived at Linfeng City. Then, the Law Realm beast came. It's also possible that it's a coincidence. Lin Xian said. Ling Ying said, there are 4 possibilities. First, it's a coincidence, but this possibility is very low because it came for everyone. Second, after we got off the chariot, we had a clear target. Someone used some method to pass on the information here to the beasts. Third, the higher-ups of the 3 powers told the beasts about the plan in advance. Fourth, we were seen by the beasts on the way here. They decided to kill all of us who came to Chong and County and the people from other counties. These are the only 4 possibilities. But we have silently lost contact with the members of the 2nd Squadron. Normally speaking, even if something happened to them, someone from the Enforcement Union should have a few seconds to react and inform the others. But they didn't. This means that they must have all died in an instant. At least, they didn't have the chance to pass on the information. Miao Xiaomiao nodded. That's right. Because of this, we can be more certain that Team 2 fell into a trap and all of them died. Out of the 4 possibilities, we can rule out the 1st and 4th. Just now, the team leader also realized that someone had leaked the information. He said that they fell into a trap. What kind of situation would be considered a trap? That would be when the enemy knew it was a trap. Wait. I suddenly realized something. Lin Xian looked at everyone behind him, then pulled Meow Xiao Meow and Ling Ying to the side and whispered, "You guys thought about it for so long before coming to this conclusion. Team leader's first report was that we fell into a trap. Now that I think about it," his tone seemed to be very certain. "Isn't something wrong?" Their pupils shrank. Something was wrong. Something was definitely wrong. Normally, a person would need time to think, especially in this kind of situation. It was impossible to directly report that they had fallen into a trap. Of course, a person's experience could also allow them to make the fastest judgment. "Are you suspecting the leader?" Meow Xiao Meow said in surprise. That's right, after hearing what Lin Xian said, she also had some doubts. She was well versed in psychology, so she knew more about this. "What I want to ask is, where is the team leader now?" "He went to set up the teleportation array," Ling Ying said. "What if he doesn't?" Lin Xian asked. Let me make a bold guess. If he didn't set up the teleportation array and instead hid and disappeared, we would all die. Even if some of us were lucky enough to survive and return, he could easily explain that he was attacked or failed to set up the teleportation array. He wouldn't be in any trouble. This is also the reason why he didn't attack us just now if he is a traitor. He was worried that he wouldn't be able to kill all of us in an instant and would leak the information. At the same time, perhaps he is still human and doesn't want to kill so many people with his own hands. Lin Xian. That's just your guess. Of course it's just my guess. I like to guess, but according to my previous experience, many of my guesses have a high probability of being correct. But why? He could have gotten a lot of experience points by killing so many of us, but he didn't kill us. Why? Ling Ying frowned. Lin Xian shook his head. I'm not sure. Maybe the demonic beasts gave him a more attractive offer. If this plan succeeded, it would be a qualitative leap for us humans. But if it failed, it would be very difficult for us to do it again. Instead, the demonic beasts would succeed and humans would be unable to strengthen themselves on a large scale. If the demonic beasts knew about this plan, do you think they would choose to cooperate with us? They would. If I were a demonic beast, I would. Meow Xiao Meow nodded her little head and said seriously. Lin Xian said, "There's one more thing. Team leader told us to split into 5 groups and enter the 4 big buildings and the plaza. What would happen if everyone was concentrated? It would be very easy for the demonic beasts to kill us." Of course, what he said before was right. But now that something like this happened, it made me suspicious. I can't help but think a little more and think that this was all part of his plan. So now, I suggest we leave the mall. If we don't leave now, we won't be able to escape. Even if it's just a guess, I think choosing the safest plan is the best decision. Okay. I believe you. Meow Xiao Meow nodded and the 3 of them hurried back. Boom, at this moment, the cinema was directly hit by the terrifying power released by that person and instantly turned into ruins. One could only imagine what happened to the people inside. Seeing this scene, everyone was shocked and began to scream. Boom, the other supermarket was also destroyed in an instant. This was the power of the law realm. Destroying a huge building that occupied tens of thousands of square meters with just a wave of his hand. Seeing this scene, Lin Xian was even more certain that Wang Jichao was not a good person. This should have been guessed, but he did not let everyone follow him down. This was where something was wrong. Of course, he might have thought that there were too many people and they might be discovered. However, in such a huge mall, the right and back doors, while the transformed demonic beast was at the front door. They only needed to go out from the back door and it would not be easy to be discovered inside the building. With such a huge mall blocking them, he could have set up a teleportation array at the back and sent them back first. But he did not do that. Moreover, this transformed demonic beast's attacks accurately landed on the buildings they went to. It was as if he knew in advance that there were people inside. Run! Lin Xian shouted. If they did not run now, it would be too late. More than 20 floors collapsed. It would be strange if they could survive. Then, Lin Xian subconsciously carried Meow Xiao Meow on his back and pulled Ling Ying's hand as they rushed towards the stairs. However, There were too many people and the stairs could not be squeezed. Follow me. I'm a dark type, Ling Ying said. Sister Ling Ying, and the Gale mercenaries, Miao Xiao Miao said anxiously. Ling Ying looked at the crowd and saw that they had already been pushed away by the crowd. It's useless. It's too late. I can only save you guys. With that, Ling Ying released her dark-type power. The three of them flashed in the darkness like 3 rays of light and appeared in a dark alley behind a fast food restaurant thousands of meters away. This was the terrifying part of the dark type. Dark places were the dark type's world. If it was not strong, why was the dark type called the strongest type after time and space? Chapter 176. In the dark night, the three of them hid in the dark, but they could still see what was happening in the square. They also saw the mall being destroyed with their own eyes. A building with more than 20 floors and dozens of meters tall collapsed. At this time, they probably wouldn't be able to escape in time. They should all be crushed under the ruins. Perhaps some powerful cultivators wouldn't die, but it was hard to say for arcane body realm cultivators. Miao Xiao Miao's beautiful eyes reddened because her team members were in the building and should be in the ruins now. Their situation was precarious. They might even be dead. She didn't want to accept this fact. Even if they didn't die under the power of the lower realm demonic beast, the chances of survival from such a height and the rubble falling from such a height were really too small. Lin Xian patted Miao Xiao Miao's shoulder lightly and sighed. Everyone has their own fate, and they might not be in danger. Don't be sad. What we should do now is to escape, or even we will die here. Miao Xiao Miao wiped her tears and nodded her head vigorously. She was indeed very sad, but she was different from ordinary little girls. She knew when to grow up. She was sad now. Was crying useful? Could it be salvaged? It was useless. She knew that too. It might even attract the monster's attention. One had to know that a lower realm monster's perception was already very terrifying. Although they were 1,000 meters away, its perception range was more than 1,000 meters. Ling Ying, can you take us further? Lin Xian asked. Ling Ying shook his head. I can't. I've already used up 3/4 of my spiritual power to travel 1,000 meters with my dark attribute power. Don't you have spatial energy too? Lin Xian shook his head. I'll tell you when we're safe. But now it's gone. Ah! Ling Ying and Miao Xiao Miao were both stunned. The spatial attribute was gone? That was impossible. But if it was, Lin Xian didn't have to hide it at all. Why didn't he release it? Something must have really happened. Then let's leave quickly. He could only walk backward. Although he would go deeper into Linfeng City, there was no other way. There was no cover if he walked forward. Instead, he would be closer to the Demon King. In short, the farther he was from the Demon King, the better. This is the only way, Ling Ying said softly. Can you wait a little longer? I want to see if Wang Jichao will appear, or if he has already run away. Lin Xian looked into the distance. He wanted to confirm this matter. He wanted to know if it was Wang Jichao's doing. Logically speaking, the 4 major buildings had already been destroyed. Wang Jichao shouldn't have come out, or run away, or hide for the time being. Forget it, let's go. Lin Xian took another look and said softly. Following which, the three of them slowly crept into the dark alley and made their way to the back of the house. Roar! The next scene caused their pupils to shrink. Because when they turned around and were about to reach the end of the alleyway, they saw a black civet cat. It was about 1 meter long and its level wasn't high. It was only at the arcane body realm 5 stars. However, that wasn't what they were concerned about. What they were concerned about was the movement. Meow! The netherworld civet roared at the crowd and then pounced on them. F***CK. Lin Xian couldn't help but curse in his heart. Their luck was too bad. Boom! Ling Ying froze the netherworld civet in place. Then, with a cold flash of the dagger in his hand, the netherworld civet's corpse fell to the ground. Not good. It's looking over. Meow Xiao Miao had been paying attention to the Demon King in the distance. It was more than 1,000 meters away, so she couldn't see clearly. However, she saw the Demon King coming this way, which was why she said that. That's right, this was what they were worried about. A Law Realm Demon King's perception was too strong. As soon as there was a commotion, he immediately looked over. Let's go. Ling Ying released the last of his spiritual energy and sent them a few hundred meters away. Boom! A few hundred meters away, they heard a huge sound and saw that the place they were just at had turned into a sea of fire. Run! Without any hesitation, the three of them ran away. Many demonic beasts passed by them, and there was even a group of demonic beasts chasing after them. Just like many animals, the more you ran, the more they chased after you. However, this wasn't good news. The Demon King would definitely be able to sense it and might even see the demonic beasts chasing after them. He would definitely come over, and it would be too easy for the Demon King to kill them. At this moment, Wang Jichao walked out of the ruins. A trace of ruthlessness flashed in his eyes. They really ran away. Luckily, I didn't kill them at that time. It should be Lin Xian's spatial power that allowed them to run away. If I didn't kill them at that time, if they returned alive, I wouldn't be able to survive. Wang Jichao muttered to himself as he stared at the sea of fire in the distance. That's right. He was indeed the spy. He was also the one who spread the news. Everything was premeditated by him. The reason why he didn't kill Lin Xian and the others at that time was because he knew that Lin Xian had the spatial attribute. If he reacted, he could run away, and Wang Jichao wouldn't be able to return to the human world. He didn't care whether Lin Xian and the others ran away or not. Even if they returned alive, he would be fine because no one would know that he was the culprit. Cough cough. Team leader. A Thunder Tribulation Realm expert slowly crawled out of the ruins and staggered to Wang Jichao's side. Team leader, when will the reinforcements arrive? Is everyone dead? The man looked at the mess around him in horror. Wang Jichao nodded. They're all dead. I didn't expect something like this to happen. Let's quickly hide. It's our fault this time. Okay. Then, Wang Jichao helped the man to the back of the ruins. Ah! A weak scream came from there. Team leader. You. The man clutched his chest and widened his eyes. He looked at Wang Jichao in disbelief. Then, his body slowly fell from Wang Jichao's arms to the ground, and he stopped breathing. The experience of a Thunder Tribulation Realm expert is right in front of me. I can't just waste it. Wang Jichao sneered. Then, he kicked the man's body into the burning flames and burned it clean. Then, he walked in a direction. In another pile of ruins, a figure slowly crawled out. This person was Qin Shaotian. F*CK. Qin Shaotian cursed angrily. Then, he threw the ice armor he was wearing to the side. If it wasn't for this Earth-grade ice armor, he would probably have died here. Then, he looked around and revealed a shocked expression. They were all corpses. Not a single person was alive. Wait, there was a Thunder Tribulation Realm expert struggling on the verge of death. Save me. The expert powerlessly stretched out his bloodied right hand toward Qin Shaotian. Qin Shaotian immediately rushed over. With a cold smile, a cold light flashed and sealed the expert's throat. A wave of energy rose from his body. Mystic Heaven Realm. He had finally arrived at the Mystic Heaven Realm. Chapter 177. Lin Xian, Ling Ying, and the others continued to flee. They tried their best to run to places with more buildings because there were more buildings to hide behind. They could also hide from sight. They could still feel the force behind them chasing after them, but it was not moving very quickly. This was because the feeling was intermittent, which meant that the force was still quite far away. However, they just could not pull away. It was able to follow the direction they were running in. It was because of those demonic beasts. And the most awkward thing for them was that they kept running towards the inner part of Lin Feng City. Because they couldn't run out. So their situation was only a little better for now. Fortunately, they didn't meet any strong demonic beasts. The strongest one was only at the 8 stars arcane body realm, which Ling Ying could kill. Otherwise, if they met any stronger demonic beasts, their footsteps would be hindered. F***CK. Are they crazy? They're only chasing the 3 of us, but there are still others. Lin Xian couldn't help but curse. Miao Xiao Miao said softly, "You can't think of it that way. If we stall for more time, we might be able to buy some time for the others to escape. I believe this news has already reached their ears. But we also need backup. They don't know where we are." Ling Ying frowned and said, "This won't do. The more we run, the more he'll keep chasing. As long as one demonic beast follows us, we'll be in danger." Lin Xian frowned and said in a low voice, "Either we find a place to hide and wait for backup, or we find backup ourselves. The former, the latter we don't even know where they are, and they might run to an even more dangerous place." Ling Ying said. Lin Xian looked around as he ran. "What do you think of that place?" Lin Xian pointed to a building that used to be a very small workshop on the left. "Okay." The 3 of them rushed over. There probably weren't any demonic beasts living here. Even if there were, there weren't any now. The door was open, and the 3 of them slipped in and closed the door. It was pitch black inside. There was only a small window that allowed them to see outside. They could also see a rather wide area without any tall buildings blocking their view. Damn it! Why is there no signal? Wang Jichao was still able to communicate just now. Miao Xiao Miao waved her phone and said anxiously. Suddenly, she thought of something. Then, she took out a SIM card from her pocket and changed it. "What is this?" Lin Xian whispered. "I've modified the SIM card. There's a signal enhancement device inside. Hopefully, it'll be strong enough to send messages." The 3 of them stared at Miao Xiao Miao's phone, looking at the signal strength in the upper left corner. 1 square. Just 1 square. Under such circumstances, it was impossible to make a call. Filled with anticipation, he opened WeChat. Due to the poor connection, the screen kept spinning in circles, and there were no new messages. Lin Xian was slightly taken aback by what he saw. "You actually marked me as Big Bad Lin Xian? Hey, why do you still care about this at a time like this?" Miao Xiao Miao rolled her eyes at Lin Xian in the dark. 3 minutes later, her phone vibrated slightly. Miao Xiao Miao hurriedly opened it. In the past 3 minutes, the signal had been refreshed. They had received a message from half an hour ago. "That's great. Uncle Ba and the rest are fine." Miao Xiao Miao exclaimed in surprise. "Fine. Are the Cyclone mercenaries and everyone else fine?" Lin Xian asked in surprise. Then, he looked at the message. It meant that they had used the small mechanical flying claw invented by Miao Xiao Miao to fly directly to another building when the building was about to collapse, so they were fine for now. 20 minutes later, they sent another message asking if they were fine. However, they did not receive any more messages after that. In the next second, Lin Xian suddenly pressed down on Miao Xiao Miao's phone. "Because there was light." "Sure." Lin Xian shushed her and looked out the window from the corner of his eye. The window just happened to be facing a 4-way intersection, so the view was quite wide. About 100 meters away from them, a figure walked over and looked around. He was the culprit of tonight's incident. Obviously, he was looking for them. However, at this moment, another figure came. It was Wang Jichao. Seeing this, Lin Xian confirmed his previous guess. The 2 of them were chatting. The current situation was that the 3 of them had to completely conceal their presence. Otherwise, they would definitely be discovered. Lin Xian gestured lightly to Miao Xiao Miao, and she passed the phone to Lin Xian. Lin Xian turned off the sound, revealing the size of the camera. Then, he pressed down on the camera button. It only took 5 seconds, but it was enough. This was very important. This was evidence. Otherwise, even if they went back and exposed Wang Jichao, they would have no evidence. Wang Jichao could easily get away with it. Would they choose to believe 3 outsiders or a high-ranking member of the enforcement union? It was obvious. Ling Ying and Miao Xiaomiao both admired Lin Xian's courage. This move was actually very dangerous. If they were not careful, all 3 of them would die here. "Sir, what are you looking for?" Wang Jichao asked, puzzled. "A few humans. They escaped all the way to somewhere nearby." "Sir, it's just a few humans. There's no need to be so formal. Let them escape. The high-ranking members of the 3 major forces are still in Linfeng City. They need you more." "Humph. I know that. I don't need you to tell me what to do. Get lost if you should." After saying that, the Demon King gathered a force in his hand. This force rose into the sky and covered the outside of Chong'an County. Then, it sped towards the center of Linfeng City. Wang Jichao's eyes emitted a cold light. He paced slowly on the spot as if he was thinking about something. In this position, he did not have to worry about anything. Even if he was seen, he was not afraid. It was fine as long as he was not seen with the Demon King. Moreover, he did not believe that he would be seen. The chances were too small. Little did he know that he had already been seen. Perhaps Lin Xian and Miao Xiaomiao were too unlucky. Wang Jichao was walking slowly towards them. The 3 of them held their breaths. They could not afford to offend the Demon King, nor could they afford to offend Wang Jichao. He was in the Thunder Retribution realm. This time, both the Divine Temple and the Enforcement Union will suffer heavy losses. If all the high-ranking members of the Enforcement Union are dead, then I can bring back some of them alive. The position of Tianhua City's Enforcement Union President will naturally belong to me, Wang Jichao. At the same time, I will be praised by the world. Even if Tianhua City is gone, I will definitely become the president of another city's enforcement union. Wang Jichao muttered to himself. It was as if he had already imagined that beautiful scene. Right now, the vicinity is blocked by the thunder demonic beasts. They can't leave even if they use the space teleportation array. All the demon kings have rushed to the inner part of Linfeng City to kill all of them. Once these people die, Tianhua City will fall. Now, I have to find some survivors and bring them back. Everyone else is dead. If I bring a group of people back alive, then I will have done a meritorious deed. After saying that, Wang Jichao laughed coldly and walked away. Chapter 178. Everything seemed to be predestined. He happened to be within the hearing range of the 3 people, so everything he said was heard by them. This place was safe for now. The danger might be the other beasts, but the powerful demon kings were all gathered in the center of Linfeng City. It's really him. Miao Xiaomiao clenched her fist. A human actually went to harm other humans. For the sake of their own future, they had involved so many people. Once they died, Tianhua City would instantly lose a huge amount of combat power and many experts. Now that the demonic beast organization was attacking the city, Tianhua City would probably be defeated in one blow. There would be countless casualties. They were simply scum, beasts. What do we do now? Miao Xiaomiao and Ling Ying also lost their composure. They looked at the sky. That was the barrier the Demon Kings released before they left. They probably couldn't get out. Ling Ying couldn't break the barrier released by the Thunder Retribution Realm beasts, let alone the Demon Kings in the Law Realm. If they couldn't get out, it meant that they were trapped here, but they could definitely get out. Because this barrier didn't surround the entire Linfeng City, but only the edge of Chong'an County. Therefore, they could go around Chong'an County and walk out from the edge of the other counties. Lin Xian looked at Miao Xiaomiao and asked, "What is a thunder beast?" "It's a very special beast. Its combat power isn't strong, but it has a thunder attribute. It can attack with thunder and move as slow as a turtle. However, the thunder beast has a very powerful ability. It can use special thunder to block signals and all kinds of spiritual power equipment within a large range. In other words, within the range of the Thunder Beast's power, some active spiritual weapons will temporarily lose their effectiveness, including teleportation portals. If it interferes with spiritual power, the teleportation portals won't be able to operate normally. Not strong, is it? Lin Xian rubbed his chin and made a decision. What are you doing? Ling Ying frowned and looked at Lin Xian. Lin Xian then looked at them and said, You heard Wang Jichao's words. Once this group of strong cultivators is destroyed, Tianhua City will fall. Therefore, we must do something. The Thunder Beast isn't strong, and its combat power is weak. If we get rid of them, we won't have these barriers, right? We might even be able to use the teleportation portals to go back. Lin Xian knew the consequences. He didn't want him and Linya to lose their home. Especially Linya, he didn't want her to be afraid. If Tianhua City fell, they would have to run for their lives. Countless people would have died. They clearly had the ability to stop it, so why didn't they? Lin Xian admitted that he was not someone who cared about the common people, but he knew that he was a human and a human should do such things. As long as he had a thought in his heart, he would do it. Because he had met. Moreover, it was within his capabilities. If he didn't do it, Lin Xian would really regret it in the future. He even felt that the fall of Tianhua City and the deaths of so many people in Tianhua City in the future were all because of him. Of course, Lin Xian. But this was Lin Xian. If he knew that he could save a city and many lives, he would feel uneasy if he didn't do it. Didn't this mean that Lin Xian still cared about the world in his heart? Lin Xian wasn't sure. We can go back first and let them come back, right? Ling Ying frowned and looked at Lin Xian. Lin Xian rubbed his forehead and said, Go back? We don't have any transportation tools. Even if we did, it would take 6 or 7 hours to go back and forth, right? They would have died long ago. The price of their death is the fall of Tianhua City. Once they die, the beasts will immediately organize an attack. We won't be able to react in time. But, Lin Xian patted Ling Ying's shoulder and said, You guys go back. Leave this to me. Ling Ying looked at Miao Xiaomiao and asked, Xiaomiao, if the thunder beasts aren't strong, how strong are they? Miao Xiaomiao thought for a moment and said, If I remember correctly, most of them are in the spirit condensation realm or the chi building realm. It's a luxury for them to reach the arcane body realm. Also, thunder beasts exist for their functions. They are actually responsible for shielding. As for what they can shield, they need something to guide them. For example, they can shield space. Their power can only be used on something in space. Shielding signals is their innate ability. For example, they can shield light. If they release a light attribute power, they can cause an area to fall into darkness. This is the power of thunder beasts. It's not that strong. Okay, I'll go with you. Ling Ying looked at Lin Xian and said. Lin Xian shook his head and looked at them and said, You guys go back. I'll go. Lin Xian didn't want them to be in danger with him. If something happened, he would feel guilty for the rest of his life. Either we go together or you don't have to think about going, Ling Ying said with certainty. Lin Xian. That's right. Also, how can you guarantee that Sister Ling Ying and I will be safe on the way back after we separate? Miao Xiaomiao said seriously. Lin Xian. It seemed like it was true. They didn't have any means of transportation right now. Without any means of transportation, they were in the demonic beast territory. They couldn't guarantee that they would encounter any danger. And to be honest, Lin Xian thought about it again. Even if they didn't go now, the three of them would have to go back for more than 100 kilometers. Without any means of transportation, the others would be dead, and the chariot outside would probably be destroyed. Would they be safe for more than 100 kilometers? It might not be safer than staying here. If they stayed here and dealt with the thunder beasts, they might be able to find those people and leave together with them. The thunder beasts weren't strong. Thinking about it this way, even if it wasn't for the lives of those people, Lin Xian felt that it was a good choice. That's good. Right now, we should be relatively safe. Wang Jichao left, and the Demon King went to the city center. Many of the stronger demonic beasts should have been summoned to the city center to deal with our strongest troops, so the possibility of us encountering a powerful demonic beast is not too high. Relatively speaking, it's safer. Lin Xian pondered. But there's a problem now. Where is the thunder beasts? Miao Xiaomiao asked the key question. Lin Xian thought for a moment and asked, Little Miao Miao, since you were able to receive messages with great difficulty with the SIM card that enhanced the signal just now, normally speaking, there would be differences in signal shielding, right? The further the distance, the weaker the effect. Miao Xiaomiao nodded. That's right. If it's the thunder beasts, my enhanced signal card can't receive any messages, so we're very far away. In other words, the thunder beasts should be in the city center, or somewhere near the city center. Lin Xian's eyes flashed. I'm of the thunder attribute, so I have a certain ability to sense thunder. As long as I can sense thunder within a certain range, it should be where the thunder beasts are. Chapter 179. The three of them retreated and sped towards the center of Linfeng City in the dark. How about we drive a car? Lin Xian asked the two girls. Miao Xiaomiao. Ling Ying. Big brother, are you serious? Ling Ying's mouth twitched as he looked at Lin Xian. Lin Xian looked at the countless abandoned cars on the road and really had the urge to do so. Yeah, in 2 or 3 years, we can find a car that isn't damaged and light it up. It should be able to drive. If we don't drive, it'll take us a few hours to get to the city at full speed. If you had said that earlier, we would have found a car to drive back to Tianhua City from the beast territory. We still have to take the risk. Ling Ying rolled his eyes at Lin Xian. Then you guys drive it back. Forget it, even if we drive back, we'll still die if we meet a beast like the wind leopard during the day. Ling Ying shook his head. Anyway, they had already set the goal of their mission. Kill the thunder beast. Everything else was a story for later. Lin Xian pointed in a direction and said, This car looks pretty good. The three of them walked over. Car. Ling Ying forcefully unlocked the car door. Lin Xian. Fierce. Ling Ying looked inside and said, It should be fine. The keys are gone, let me check the gas. Then she looked at the gas tank. It's enough for 100 kilometers. Ling Ying looked at Lin Xian and said, 800 kilometers, it's almost the distance to Linfeng City. Miao Xiaomiao went in and said, I'll light it up. Damn, you know how to do that. Miao Xiaomiao rolled her eyes at Lin Xian and said, I'm a natural beauty and extremely smart. I've invented so many things, this is nothing. Amazing. Lin Xian secretly gave her a thumbs up. But there's no electricity. Aren't you of the lightning attribute? Charge the battery. Miao Xiaomiao said to Lin Xian. Lin Xian. Are you sure it won't drop? Are you stupid? Control the intensity of the current? Don't tell me you can't even do that? Lin Xian. He had never tried it before. But it shouldn't be difficult. Then, Lin Xian used the smallest amount of force possible to hold the battery with both hands. Buzz buzz buzz, sparks flew in all directions. It was really quite exaggerated. Done. Within a few seconds, Lin Xian heard the sound of a car starting up. F***CK. Awesome. Lin Xian lowered the hood of the car. He really admired Miao Xiaomiao. He was indeed a genius. Let me drive. Ling Ying sat in the driver's seat. Wait. Lin Xian looked at a nearby demonic beast that was hiding and preparing to ambush them. Don't you want to go? Shouldn't you hurry up? Ling Ying was exasperated with Lin Xian. Give me 10 seconds. After I deal with that demonic beast, I'll be at Arcane Body 6 stars. Lin Xian turned into a purple bolt of lightning and rushed forward. The two girls looked at each other. Already at Arcane Body 6 stars? Miao Xiaomiao was shocked. She also increased by 2 stars and was now at Arcane Body 3 stars. Lin Xian was also at Arcane Body 6 stars, but he needed much more experience to reach Arcane Body 6 stars. Ding! You have leveled up to Arcane Body 6 stars. Who? Lin Xian's eyes flashed. Arcane Body 6 stars was much stronger than 5 stars. Then, Lin Xian got into the car. With a drift sound, the car sped off into the distance. At first, Ling Ying refused because he was worried that the car would attract too much attention. However, after thinking about it, the powerful demonic beast kings should have gone to the city to participate in the battle. The powerful demonic beasts should have gone as well. Therefore, they should be relatively safe. Of course, they had indeed been attacked by demonic beasts along the way, but as they thought, they weren't strong. We'll reach the city in another 10 kilometers. Ling Ying said as he drove. Lin Xian sat in the front passenger seat and frowned as he looked into the distance. He could really see the light in the distance. That should be the light from the battle between the strong. That meant that the main battlefield should be there. And it wasn't just there, it was in several directions. But the general direction was in front. I think we can stop here. The main battlefield is 10 kilometers ahead and the thunder demonic beasts can't be in the main battlefield. The closest one should be at least a few kilometers away. So we can stop. Lin Xian said. You're pretty smart. Miao Xiaomiao said. Nonsense. Then the 3 of them got out of the car. Miao Xiaomiao sighed. I wonder how Uncle Ba and the others are doing now. Lin Xian rubbed her hair and said, Don't worry, they escaped and the demonic beast king was chasing us. No matter how bad it is, they should be safe hiding. And Miao Xiaomiao gently nodded her head like a chick pecking at rice. Then she suddenly realized something. This Lin Xian was rubbing her hair. Such an intimate action, this slap. In the next second, Miao Xiaomiao slapped Lin Xian's hand away and said coquettishly, How dare you take advantage of this lady? If there's a next time, I'll chop off your perverted pig hand. Lin Xian. Ding. Felt Miao Xiaomiao's shyness. Scumbag value plus 20,000. This woman's change in attitude was unimaginable. Stop fooling around. We have to hurry. Ling Ying said. Lin Xian nodded and his eyes became serious. Then he closed his eyes and sensed. No, it's still too far, I can't sense it. Lin Xian opened his eyes and said disappointedly. Don't be anxious, let's continue forward. With your arcane body 6-star realm ability, it's already very strong for you to be able to sense lightning for a kilometer. And then, they concealed themselves and moved forward quickly and stealthily. At this point, it was already considered dangerous because the demonic beasts should be very strong. But because the main battlefield was ahead and there were tens of thousands of people, the scale of the battle was definitely huge. The powerful demonic beast kings were fighting against the lightning tribulation realm, law realm, and even domain realm cultivators. The other demonic beasts were naturally fighting against the weaker people of the 3 factions. Therefore, the demonic beasts here should be rushing to the main battlefield. But if they were not careful, they would definitely encounter them. Little Ling Ying, how far are you from reaching the mysterious heaven realm? Lin Xian asked as the 3 of them moved forward. If Ling Ying advanced to the mysterious heaven realm, then their safety would be much more guaranteed. Simply put, Ling Ying could fight against a mysterious heaven realm 1st star now, and even kill one. But if she advanced to the mysterious heaven realm 1st star, she could even fight and kill mysterious heaven realm 3rd star demonic beasts. You're still a third away. Lin Xian thought for a moment and said, There's no need to rush this matter. Although the demonic beast kings are strong, there are also many experts from the 3 factions who came over this time. They shouldn't be unable to handle it. So what I mean is, you should advance to the mysterious heaven realm first. That way, we can ensure our safety. You're tuning in to the Narrate and Escape YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.